Hello everyone and welcome to Final Show. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've just got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I want to let everybody know that our addresses have changed. Our Twitch channel has changed from Senstaku to twitch.tv/FinalShowFilms, and our YouTube channel has also changed to youtube.com/FinalShowFilms. Next, we want to thank our $20 tier supporters on Patreon, which is patreon.com/FFilms, by the way, if you want to go throw a couple bucks our way. That's going to be Cat Waterflame, Antitonic, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Montee. Thank you guys for that. Also, our website is in the process of getting updated, so go take a look at finalshowfilms.com. We've got Mara and Jeremy are working on updating all of our stuff there, making it look nice and like a modern website, and frankly, they know what they're doing far better than I or Austin ever did. So if you want to check out the things that are changing over there, you go do that. Follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films for updates for all future things, including things that are going on with our website and going on with the Patreon page, and things that are going on live as we stream them, as well as our podcasts and everything else. So thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good day. We're live! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran Terra Rebirth. This time, OBS did not fuck me over with the sound, so everyone can be heard. Yay! Thank you, OBS.
Yeah. But is it gonna crash in the next 5 minutes?
We'll find out.
I just called it out.
We'll find out. Anyways, thank you to Cat Waterflame for subscribing 18 months in a row, off the top of the head. But
damn!
With me today, me being John, the Game Master, is William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Gachka Stormcaller, the half-orc barbarian sorceress.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing somebody.
Named Harry.
That's right, Harry. I am an athlete, battlemaster, fighter / rogue.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Hope Azamar, rogue barbarian monk.
And Jack.
Revenant.
Hi everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gwynferon Minar, the High Elf Divination Wizard, as well as Ashkill, the Wood Elf Warlock who lives in his brain.
I also like that Mara has stopped using any sort of connective or conjunctive words in the description. Just Hope, Scourge, Azamar, Rogue, Barbarian, Revenant,
Monk.
It's just there's no longer any these or anything like that. It's just
I can stretch it out if you want me to. It'll take a little
blasting
while.
through it. And
I
Cody.
mean, in Eberron, we have somebody who does all 3 classes plus archetypes.
Oh, I can do that.
I
did that once, I think. It was before a couple multi-classes ago, but yes.
And
multi-classes ago.
And Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Corbin, the human battlemaster paladin.
And when last we left off, Galadier's clone, Galadier's simulacrum to be specific, had made the heroic decision to sacrifice his form for science, and also to close the rift in time and space that had brought this goo into the Tower of the Gods. While also knowing that it was going to turn
for science.
I mean, it was for science.
I know, but if you don't shout for science in the middle of
It still counts. It still
counts because the only people that shout for science are people that aren't actually doing science.
I beg to differ.
No, I can vouch for that. Every game I play, every time I do something stupid, it's for science.
And he never writes it down, so
yeah.
That's how you know.
See,
It's not science unless you write it down.
Yeah, and Galadier wrote it down and then handed it to Gwyn.
Yep.
But yeah, so mostly for science, partially for heroism, and also for the fact that now the party is going to have to fight a taken over monster version of Galadier, which Galadier has no idea what that's going to be like, but he hopes to learn if they survive. Meanwhile, the group of you are standing in this treasure chamber underneath the castle, or above/underneath the castle. It's sort of in the middle ground area, in a hidden area that you had to go through several bullshit puzzles to get through that were easily solved by use of a magnifying lens that you didn't find until after you solved the puzzles.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Finding the
standing
thing we
there
don't need.
looking at this dome of oil that has surrounded Galadir.
That did not work like I expected it to. Isn't he supposed to try and like push it back in? Like sort of
No, he's using that
He's cutting it off. But
on the rift thing, and then
So if it's
the oil's pissed off at him, from what I
Yeah.
understood.
If
So
it's cut off
he's
right
fucked.
now.
We just have to wait and watch,
mm,
or we can go get those chests. Well, because I mean he's stuck.
or the the piece of beacon that we have to find. Could do that
Yeah,
too.
it's in the forest.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they might be in the chest. I'm heading towards the chest.
Harry turns.
really,
and walks up the
Harry,
stairs.
you're gonna wander off and miss
Not
out on the
me.
opportunity to beat the shit out of somebody that used to be Galadir?
I don't. You keep acting like I have this huge problem with Galadir, almost like I'm another person.
Are you
No.
are you going to walk away from a huge fight?
It was
that
more
is
the
a valid
huge
point.
fight of the thing. Yeah, no, I know that
That's
you don't
valid.
care about that.
I
You
walk
don't
away.
necessarily hate
Hope
Galadir.
also
It's
walks
just,
up.
I
Galadir's
go
fine.
to a chest.
He's-
I open it.
He's a wizard, but
I check
he's
it with
fine.
chaps
Alright.
first.
No offense.
Well, you all watch as Hope reaches out towards a chest, which then and then Hope's
I
hand
told
gets
you they
stuck.
were mimics.
Hope, your hand is stuck as the chest opens its mouth and bears teeth.
I.
Hope, we already
Also-
established this.
Want to roll initiative for me?
I literally said at the end of the last session that they were all mimics.
I don't remember that. It's not written down anywhere.
And as we all know, if you didn't write it down, it absolutely
Do you
didn't
want
happen.
to take that back, or do you want to stick with it?
Stick with it.
So I literally did say
Pun
at the end of the last session they were mimics.
I'll go.
Pun intended.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Alright.
also, for the record, part of the reason why Harry was heading towards the chest, because they're mimics.
16.
Everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh no.
That shield's gonna drop, and we're gonna be in the middle of the mimic fight, and then Galadir's gonna show up.
I like
God
how you
damn
think
it.
that mimics are
I swear I was
dangerous.
clicked on my character.
And Mara, don't forget you've got advantage on all this shit. Because
Oh, yep.
you still have foresight.
already has advantage.
And as
so.
far as I remember, he said that it was going to take the whole duration of the spell. So
That's like an hour.
yeah. So I
No,
don't-
it's not. Anti-magic field does not last for an hour.
Yeah, it does.
I thought it did.
It
Yeah, it
lasts for
does.
an hour.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
it lasts for an
I
hour.
remember that part.
Yep,
Yeah.
up to an hour.
Anti-magic field was like a minute.
Oh,
Nope.
they're all around us. Great.
Yeah, there were six mimic chests.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is a
there
very narrow
is-
hallway.
it's a hidden treasure room. It's not that big, and that's the dome that is Galadir.
Yeah. The only treasure in this room is friendship.
Thank you.
Corbin, I'm gonna hit you for that later.
We'll
That's fair because I thought it. Not. No. Just kidding.
we'll separate it out a little bit more. Not right.
I'm up by this one though.
All right.
Galadir is in a chrysalis right now, and will soon awaken as the Queen of Blades. I mean,
I mean, maybe. I don't know what this. I mean, you do know what this shit does explicitly. He will certainly have blades.
Is this mimic all silvery?
No. The oil does not
Okay.
appear to have infected the mimic.
Cool.
let me see if I can find that like 4th edition ripoff. What was he? He was literally called the King of Blades, I think.
Well, no, the Lord of Blades,
Blades,
is
yeah.
not a ripoff. It's an Eberron thing.
Yep.
Although
He's
he
literally designed to look like the Queen of Blades, though.
although
No,
he does
He
look,
is
Mm-mm.
absolutely
He
not.
definitely is not.
he does look kind of like the Queen of Blades, but those are two very separate things designed very separately.
Also, that's one artist's rendition of many.
Yeah. Also, the Lord of Blades was designed. I don't actually know when they were designed in relation to one another.
I don't have my Ebron book with me.
regardless, it's not that it's important, but because that's really off topic. Anyways, so Hope, you're first.
Yep.
First appeared in 2004.
Yep.
Cool. I don't like this thing. Let's see. How many...
You are currently restrained.
Okay. Oh, let's. Do I want to do that? No. I know he's there. I'm gonna stab at it a lot. With the dagger of life stealing.
Oh, sorry, you're grappled by it, not.
Oh, okay. Grappled.
Which means you can try to escape if you want to use an action to escape.
No, because I want to hit it a bunch. Trying to both things. Grappled. Do I have disadvantage?
Your attack has disadvantage, but you have
Okay.
advantage naturally for the thing, so it's a flat roll.
Yes. Cool. First, I'm gonna just. No, I'm gonna recklessly attack. Let's do that. Which gives me.
Yeah, which will give you advantage.
Okay, advantage.
Because to clarify again my stance on that ruling, I like the stacking advantage disadvantage thing rather than just any
Sweet.
instances of them counter out.
All right, I'm gonna stab it.
It makes you spend more resources.
This is deeply unfair. There was chests before, and they had cool stuff in them. I forgot.
How did you? How
27.
did you not suspect that these
19.
were mimics?
Especially after I literally said that they were mimics not 5 minutes ago.
I wasn't listening.
Maybe
I mean,
you should
that's
listen
correct.
when I say things.
I'm not raging yet.
Yes, both of those hit.
7.
Again,
Sneak
for the
attack?
record, I knew they were mimics, and that's why I wanted to.
Oh no, I understand that out of you. You comprehended and then still wanted to go and fight. I get that.
Did you really think I was going to sit here for an hour watching a ball?
I understand that.
Oh, and third
Hope, however.
attack.
Hope was being Hope.
26.
26 hits.
6 piercing. So that's 7,
All right,
13,
I've already done it all.
24.
Okay, Kashkar.
I also like that all of that communication can happen instantly because we have a telepathic bond.
It's true.
Oh, no, I'm shouting.
Wait.
So Hope stepped forward and got stuck into a chest and is hitting the chest.
Ah,
Son of a bitch.
If I recall correctly from the last time we fought these things, basically you have to be strong enough to pull the weapon out after you connect, basically.
Yeah, or just
Okay.
be grappled.
So
If you don't care about having disadvantage on the attack, you don't have to pull it back out. You just have to keep punching it.
Mhm.
Just
And does it take action economy to pull the weapon back out?
Yeah,
or...
yeah. So it takes an action to pull free, or you can just be grappled and keep hitting it with this.
Okay. What if I'm the one grappling it?
Doesn't matter. It's made of glue, basically.
Because Storm Herald is designed to stab in, open, and grab, and then just twist the blade while they're in there. But
use it like a mallet after you've stuck it.
actually, I don't even need to move to do this. So I can just. Sorry, I just processed what Cody said.
Yeah, the reason. Yeah, pick the mimic up, and you can
Just
absolutely do that.
Stab the mimic, pick it up, and slam it into the other mimic.
Just for clarification, the reason why it doesn't work the reason why Storm Herald's intentional grapple thing doesn't work with these is because they're made of basically glue. With a normal target, you're like tearing up their insides, but with these you're just
This doesn't really have that.
it's not
an
affected the
aberration.
same way.
Can I do that though?
Absolutely. If you want
Can I
to
stab in, pick it up, and slam it into the next one?
If you would like to Katamari the mimics, you can Katamari the mimics.
I want to Katamari the mimics.
I mean, that'll at least be a surprise for Clone Oil Galadir when he comes out.
Just a mimic hammer that's just all
yeah,
these mimics
just sit-
attached to
slam
one another
together
on the
and
end of the spear. Yes.
The
Yes,
biggest
I want
D6 known
this.
to man, made of mimics.
So I'm gonna stab the first one with Storm Herald now.
Okay. That hits.
Pretty.
They
I
lose
will
all-
be. I will.
They
I will
lose all
bonus
their
action rage.
adhesiveness if they die, so you have to stab them but not kill them for that.
Yeah. So that's 21, 22 piercing. No, 21. 21 piercing damage to just stab the first one, the one that's in front of Hope.
Are you raging?
Yes,
So that's more than 20. That's
21.
that's
Sorry, 23 kind
23.
of lightning.
Yeah. All right. Which one did you stab?
The one in front of Hope.
Oh, not okay.
Wait, is
stabbing
Hope going to be the foundation to which all of these mimics are stuck?
Okay.
Yes.
So you've stabbed that one.
She asked for this. And then I would like to swing that one into the other one that is within my reach, which is the one directly north
That
of it.
does move me, doesn't it? As I am technically glued
Make
to
an athletics check to see if you can throw Hope and the mimic around.
38.
Hope you Hope your hand is stuck and you go flying to the right. Make another attack.
So I'm assuming not with advantage now.
No, definitely not with advantage.
21.
21
count
hits.
as reckless.
Roll damage, add a d4 for the additional mass.
So that's 25 plus
21, that's 25, yeah.
29.
So my additional 4 to each of them. So the mimic that you first stabbed into and that Hope was attached to dies and melts away. Unfortunately, Hope, you've been slammed into a second mimic. So while the one that your hand was in is now gone, your back is now stuck to this other mimic.
Oh, this is fantastic.
All right, so you've got you've still got net one mimic on your spear.
Oh, hang on. I feel like I. Okay, no, never mind. I thought for a second that I had a third attack from somewhere, but it was if I decided to use the potion of speed. I haven't used that yet. And also my storm bolt that needs to go off. because
Also,
of-
Hope you take 4 points of damage, but
Oh,
because
You regenerate.
you were part of the mimic maul.
yep.
That one also
God
needs to make a
damn.
dex save or take 21 points of lightning damage.
Which one?
The one that I just slammed into the second attack.
I am glued to it. Just want to say,
Yep.
It's only one target. It is specifically one
Yeah,
target.
you are glued to it, but it doesn't
Okay.
affect you. So
good. Okay.
It's
Just wanted-
non-conductive.
Sweet.
it is
We've
non-conductive
learned
glue.
something. Pull out
Uh,
notepad. Take
it
notes.
fails.
Mimics.
It fails
Now
to
it's
save.
for science.
Sick.
It fails to save, so it takes 21 points of lightning damage.
And that is my turn.
Harry, you've just seen Gashkar attempt to Katamari some mimics.
You
I'm
are just
angry.
as strong as Gashkar is now.
Yes, but leverage is a concern.
Are you gonna turn your axes into mallets?
Fucking, when you're this tall and you can leverage that. There's only so much you can do from ground floor. So jealous and angry now.
We're doomed.
And I'm
Says
just
the one
gonna-
who started this.
right.
The sentence was said, "Oh, let's open chests. This one's right there."
We love you, Mara.
Yep.
Oh wait, hang on. Something happens when that mimic dies. Hang on.
Oh, does an item fall out?
Bleh.
Does it drop a purple rupee?
No, it drops some pottery that you have to break for that rupee.
So this happens when that mimic dies.
Of course it does.
Nothing
What falls out of it?
Nothing falls out. It just makes the sound.
Empty chests don't make that noise.
You
So-
have no idea.
angry and frustrated and jealous. Harry is going to bypass the one that she can attack, so she can go duck underneath Corbin's legs, come over here and attack 2.
Sounds good.
One attack on each, since I have to use an attack to pull pull the weapon out.
You have 2 weapons, right?
I would still have to stab, pull out.
Unless you just wanted to keep them in. That way you could just keep attacking them with disadvantage.
What
You know
we're
what?
asking
They're
is,
mimics. Fuck it.
is Harry a John Woo type fighter?
Of course. Why do you even have to ask that question? Of course, it's John Woo fight.
Like you only have to pull them out if you
That is a
care
good
about
point.
the disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. So,
Have you ever thrown
attack
axes at somebody with jumping through the air?
First attack on the
That hits.
top one.
And it's really
Or
hard for you to
12
miss
slash
these things, even with disadvantage.
Attack on the one below.
All right. For 30. That
30
hits.
for 10 piercing damage.
And now it's just disadvantage on with either
Yep.
of those weapons.
Top one, 31
Hits.
for 12 slashing.
Okay.
And bottom one, 17
Still hits.
for 12 piercing.
That was a 2, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you basically run over, smash, stab, and then lift them both up and smash them back down again.
And for bonus action, he is going to turn around, look at the rest of the group with an expression that clearly states, if anybody comes near and tries to attack either of these 2, they're next.
These are mine. Corbin.
All right. Well, I don't look down, so I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna attack the one in the middle and the one down below.
You are getting stabbed.
I did. I just saw
Full-on
mimics.
stabbed.
Okay, so these are all right. So with the Vorpal, just so.
As a note, the Vorpal Sword will not behead these things because they do not have heads.
Well, yeah, I know.
But it will do tons of extra damage.
I just wanted to clarify that before you rolled a natural 20 on the first
Yeah.
roll.
I'm really
mean I
excited
can't-
for the natural one that beheads me,
Well, if I had,
since I am physically attached to this one.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh no.
26.
That hits. It's okay.
18.
It's now stuck in that mimic.
All right, so.
Yeah, to miss one of these, you as a halfling, Jeremy, have to roll 2 natural ones.
Yes, I do.
Anyone hits?
21.
Which, I mean, it's a thing that could happen. It
It's
is you
dead.
playing.
All right.
So one mimic sloughs off your weapon. Both of yours.
So.
I love that this is constantly the fight between Harry and Corbin.
And then this one down here. Last one. Wham. 20.
20 hits.
And yeah. 23 slashing damage.
All right. Renferon.
Yeah. Max damage. Sweet.
We're gonna mind spike the one in the far corner. Because, you know, reasons. Just a regular mind spike. Has to make a DC 23 wisdom save or take 17 psychic damage.
Does Mind Spike have any clarifications on whether or not it has to be able to?
Nope. Just a wisdom save, and it takes 3d8 if it fails, half as much as it succeeds.
I know some psychic spells do care about.
Right. It's
intelligence
like you have to
scores.
have a certain level of intellect.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Usually
Because
require an intelligence save.
fun facts, mimics only have 5 intelligence.
Yep.
Yeah, but usually things that if it has a
Hold up.
certain intelligence cap is like 2.
Yeah, rolled a 3.
Okay. And we're gonna walk down here past a little.
Like I think most of those things are like animal level intelligence. If it has 2 or less intelligence, then it isn't effective.
Yeah, but I don't have the values memorized. That's why I always ask.
Yeah.
Was what I asked. All right, that makes it their turn. So this one, go after Gwen. So the chest that Gwen mind spiked stands up, and you get this. Thank you, Dragon Repairman, for 1,000 bits for charity. By the way, as a note to anybody watching, for the next little while, if you donate bits with hashtag charity, Twitch is raising money for direct relief. For the next 14 days, you can donate bits with hashtag charity, and an amount of those bits will go to charity. I'm not certain what the exact numbers are because I haven't looked into it, but the details are always linked whenever you donate. So whenever you're cheering bits, hashtag charity in the cheer, and you'll get the information about that in addition to helping out charity. So, thank you, Dragon Repairman, for that. So the mimic, you hear there's this. Have you ever heard what it sounds like when two things that are like covered in glue get pulled apart?
Yes.
It's like sort of
I work at the UPS store.
sound.
Yeah.
Every time, so you hear that sound as two legs pop out of the bottom of this mimic as it stands up, and it sort of hobbles over towards Gwen.
Hi, Dark Souls mimic.
That's my favorite mimic design.
Does it have the 2 arms and the giant lolling tongue?
I mean, did win yet? Cinder. That's too bad you're not a fire mage, because that would have been.
He'd also have to be a war mage. He has to be a war wizard so that he could have like the martial weapons and stuff.
Or just take the weapon master feat.
Yeah. He'd also need a giant.
What are you talking about? I'm a high elf. I'm already proficient with longswords.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
He doesn't have the giant Ice King beard though.
No.
5, 10. All right, so yeah, so it lumbers over towards Gwen, and there's more of that sounds as 2 pseudopods pop out of its sides, which could be called hands, but they're pseudopods. As it's going to try to hit Gwen.
Powerpuff Girl arms, no fingers, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does a 12 hit you, Gwen?
Not even a little.
Okay, that's it. The one that's stuck to Hope is going to bite Hope.
Ah!
It has advantage.
Yep.
Does a 21 hit you, Hope?
Yes.
Good, because the other roll was a natural one.
Oh.
But unfortunately,
Nice.
it has advantage on you.
Yep.
You take 6 points of piercing damage and 4 points of acid damage as the chest you are stuck to gnaws your back.
Ow.
Perry,
It's not go-
Yes,
does a 23 hit you?
I believe so. Yes, it does.
You take 4 points of piercing and 7 points of acid damage as it gnaws on you around the axe embedded in it.
Don't care.
Corbin,
yeah,
the 22 hit you.
just
You take 9 points of piercing and 8 points of acid damage as it gnaws you around the sword stuck in it. I like how the only one that it missed was the wizard, in which it rolled an 11 and a 12, but I only counted the 11 because the 11 is the number that it rolled first. Neither one of those would have missed or would have hit.
it was 9.
It's like I can see it coming.
All right, that makes it Hope's turn. Hope, you are the mimic is behind you technically,
Yep.
but it is attached to you. So
Yep. I do want to get off this thing before Gashkar accidentally swings me into the orb of death that I'm currently being swung around next to. So yes,
are you stabbing it or pulling yourself off?
I'm gonna stab it.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Disadvantage current.
All right. Put advantage.
It's actually no,
And
it's a flat
then-
roll because it was meant
Flat.
flat roll.
Okay. I'm gonna recklessly attack again.
All right.
So I get advantage.
Go ahead.
So I can do my sneak attack. With the life-stealing dagger again, because I want hit points. 16,
Hits.
23,
You
and...
probably don't need to roll the second attack. Roll the damage for the first
Okay.
one.
All right.
All right. Now do your sneak attack.
3,
It's dead.
4. Yay!
It had 2 hit points after the first hit.
Sweet. Gah!
So
and you
as
are
a note,
sitting in a puddle of mimic goo.
yeah, as a note, the second attack you only got 2,
Oh, okay. All right.
and it melts away off of you and off of the spear.
So 5.
Gashkar, you realize that the problem with your plan was not that the plan itself was bad, but that you do too much damage to collect more than 2 at a time.
Yeah. Trying to collect the mimic mallet requires tougher mimics.
Yeah.
Yuck. That was
Or a
gross.
crappier mallet.
Oh, I can actually I can actually go. I have movement,
Ew.
and
Are no longer grappled.
I do. I'm gonna attack the one that's chasing after Gwen. That was the third attack, then I guess.
You want to step like, I mean, it doesn't matter because you're recklessly attacking, but if you step like
Frankling. Yeah.
5 feet back,
I
there you go.
already. Yeah, I'm already recklessly attacking.
But it
Sure.
helps Gwen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so
who wants to do that?
All right, so yes, the
Probably hope least of all.
third attack, so it's 5 damage.
5
plus 3.
piercing and sneak attack because I haven't
Yep.
used it yet.
Yep.
There it is. 16.
It sounded
So
like you. It
21.
sounded like you were about to go into the Wild West high noon music. You just never went to the wah wah wah. Also, we just lost.
Oh no.
That's fun.
That makes it inconvenient considering whose turn is next.
Yeah, because it's Gashkar's turn. Gashkar, in a fit of rage, does nothing. Harry.
Wonderful. All right, I'm gonna attack the mimic I'm on twice at disadvantage with my axe. 29 for 10 slashing
Hits and does
and 22
also hits.
for 14 slashing.
Still up.
Going to hit it once with my shin stabber.
Hmm.
Oh, that shouldn't be at disadvantage, but it doesn't matter. That was still the first roll.
Still
19.
hits.
For 10 piercing,
It's dead and sloughs off.
and then I move here and I stab Corbin.
Seems fair.
Actually, I don't stab him. I hit him with the axe. She's that angry. And now, since I'm not attacking with 2 weapons, I do it 2-handed.
Chink, tink.
32
Oh yeah, that hits.
for 17 slashing damage.
God.
Just right into the back.
Fucking kidneys, man, I tell you.
Bing.
That's gonna leave a dent.
And that's my turn.
You feel a sudden impact that sort of buckles you backwards from behind.
Oh shit,
Corbin.
another mimic. Harry, god damn it.
All right, Corbin, it's your turn.
Yep. I will continue stabbing the one that I'm to currently. 19,
19 hits.
20 points of damage.
I'm gonna fix this video, and then as I fix the video, William's gonna reappear in Zoom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how it works.
Universally, how it works.
Still up.
20 slashing damage. Yes, still up.
All right. 27.
27 hits. Now it's dead.
All right. And
It sloughs off your weapon. Slough is a good word, by the way.
Slough is a good word.
Third attack. I'm just gonna
Do it! Fucking do it!
Unarmed attack. Kick Harry's legs out from under her.
Oh,
with
God.
a-
Oh, come on. At least kick a field goal.
Sorry.
Launch
Sorry.
me into that big silvery ball.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
All right. So 1 second.
Go for it.
I was fine
I'm
with
not- I don't-
fighting Galadir. I did not want to fight Galadir and a metallic blender at the same
I
time.
haven't drank one of my enlarged potions, so it wouldn't be so much a field goal as swift kick. So unarmed. Oh, that's a normal 20.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Okay, so and then you have to make a.
Oh, are you using a
Yeah,
superiority
Oh,
die?
God.
I'm knocking you prone.
Amazing.
Trip attack.
You have to make a 19 strength save.
Drink save? Oh, no. Not that.
Yeah, I know. All right.
And how much damage do I take?
Let's see. So that's 9 plus. So 10. 10 points of damage.
Sweet. You did almost as much damage as the mimic did with your foot.
Yeah.
Bam.
Boots. It's very, very metal boots.
Pointy-toed boots.
Yes.
And then I'll move.
All right, I fixed the cameras. This is exactly when William will pop back in.
I like how I could have moved and got the last mimic, but I decided to hit Harry instead. I just walked that way
Petty
a little bit.
revenge.
All right. Ha! Gwynfron.
Fuck this mimic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can take a bite at me if he wants.
Only you can take a bite out of magic.
Oh yeah, it is going to take a bite at you.
Is it? Okay.
Because if it gets you, you're grappled.
If it gets me.
I mean, I'm already stuck to it. Does that give it any disadvantage?
Nope.
Dang it. I tried.
An 18 hit you.
Shield, no.
All right.
Because that's a reaction.
Ping.
Yep. And since that's a level 1 spell, I can only do cantrips, so I will do a Ray of Frost.
No, reactions don't factor into that economy.
Okay, well, I already did a Ray of Frost, and I'm happy with it. So
Otherwise, you would never be able to cast Shield.
that's fair. Yep. So yeah, 31 to hit, which I assume does,
Yeah, it does.
and
And
19 cold damage.
It's dead.
Okay.
It freezes over. Hope you're no longer stuck to it. We're out of combat.
Are we, though?
Did any of them drop any?
Are we really?
You're out of combat with the mimics. No,
Yeah,
they all
there's William.
they all called it.
A fuse was blown in the house, and as it turned out, it was the fuse that was in the room that the router is in.
Aha.
It was funny because it was a slightly different fuse than what the rest of my room was on, because my computer and this monitor stayed on, but the lights went out and everything over that way went out. So half of my room was still powered, the other half was not.
Well, you've traded places with Jack, so now I still have to mess with 2 of these things, but
All the mimics are dead, and they didn't even come back to me.
yeah. Well, it did come back to you, but you were so angry you didn't do anything.
I wanted to hit mimics with other mimics.
I
That's what
killed
you
that
get-
mimic.
That's what
There
you
wasn't
get
enough
for your.
mimics left.
Yeah, the mimic on your spear was dead.
I was gonna go grab a new one and then hit another one with it.
Oh, blame your router.
How many people does Harry need to stab?
Yeah, you missed that too.
Yes, Harry killed her mimic, then walked up to Corbin and did what did I roll to hit? Like a 32 to hit.
Yeah,
And
32.
slashing damage to Corbin's back.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Corbin
He went
kicked
full
Harry.
Return of the Jedi Skywalker on him, just caveman to right up his ass.
They're dead.
Motherfucker! When I'm attacking two things, and I look back and I give the look, leave it to me!
I mean, when everything's over. I mean, it's awfully greedy of you to try and hog all of the glory on the battlefield.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've killed something too. Every time I walk into a goddamn room,
There
everything's
were
already
still
dead.
there were plenty of others.
Oh my goodness.
What's done is done.
Yep, what's done is done. How's your back, asshole? Walks over and takes his seat and
Should be fine.
just starts staring at the Gwyn for or the Gallaball.
So we're gonna wait here until that explodes, because I'd personally rather not be here. And if that's technically contained right now, and we can find the beacon and it's untainted or whatever, and it's kind of contained, so when the hammer hits it, it's not gonna explode everywhere. I feel like that would be a good thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I just came over here to sit down to make a point because I don't think I'm gonna be able to wait long enough because I am aware of my own limitations.
When I mentioned chests, I meant the ones down that well and
Oh.
wherever, not the ones
Oh.
immediately because Gashkar pointed out. But hey, we had our bit of fun. But yeah, I'd rather be here when the bubble pops and Galadir, whatever happens to him happens, and we take care of it immediately. That way we don't have to.
Yeah, but then
Go to the
that
forest.
oil is still gonna be there coming out, right? He can't stop it. He said he couldn't stop it. He can just contain it.
No,
What he's doing.
sustains that spell for the full duration. It will seal the void.
It
yeah,
will?
and then there will be no
Yes.
more as far as what he believes will work.
Yes, he'll by
Okay.
sustaining the anti-magic field, he allows the fabric of reality to reassert its normalcy, which will cut this dimension off from wherever this Evo is coming from. Unfortunately, whatever is already here, and it's all accreting to him. And so he will be, yes.
Can we assist the fabric of reality in sealing itself?
Probably
Harry
not.
doesn't have to wait, and will not.
Can you assist the ocean in turning the tide?
You can splash the water. Go
That
in.
does
like-
nothing.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought of that. I just didn't vocalize it.
The only one
I'm looking
I can
forward
do
to-
it. I just haven't tried because I don't want to.
I'm looking forward to Hope like going down at high tide and just trying to push the water back to low tide.
Welcome to the new
the only
Exodus.
individual that I'm familiar with that can assist the tide is the Sand Guardian, and they are not here.
Ah, the Guardian of the Sand.
Yes,
I've heard the Valkyr quivers before him.
What? Who is
that
this?
is the rumor.
Don't.
I'm confused.
Jack and I are making a stupid reference.
We are
God.
making the stupidest of references.
I don't get it.
It's
I mean,
it's a Vine reference. You don't need to.
aren't there like spells where you could like
I mean,
affect the tide by like creating a tsunami or something? What I'm saying
technically,
is, it is
technically,
possible.
I can
Your
take.
argument is no.
I can make a small localized tsunami now.
That will not affect the tides.
It will affect.
I can
a
control
tide
the
It will
winds.
affect
one
some
point.
tides.
I can control the winds. How does this reality work? I don't understand.
That said,
Would you
I'm gonna get real bored if I sit here and stare at Gallaball for an hour.
would you like to cast Tsunami and see if it affects the reality.
I don't have
of-
tsunami. I have control winds, and I could make like an updraft.
Would you
Just
like
sort of,
to
push
use-
the water out. I feel like I can control the tides fairly effectively in a small range.
Would you like
That's all
to?
I want.
Would you like to use control winds to see if you can fix reality?
Yes.
You cast control winds.
It hits
I
the
mean,
anti-magic field and
that-
stops.
That was in. It was
I'm trying to, like,
metaphor.
push it.
You're trying.
That the two options laid before us are stay here and wait, or go off and do other things and maybe come back.
See, when you try to apply corner case logic to a metaphor while acknowledging that it's still a metaphor, Harry, you hurt your own case.
We're in
no.
a metaphor, though. Do you know this is a metaphor? The whole tower is a metaphor, so I'm trying to apply the
I
metaphor.
stand
to
up
see-
and I go start heading back to where those other treasure chests are.
Yeah,
Harry walks up the stairs.
we need
Does
to.
it-
We don't
did it
know if
do
we'll be able to
anything?
find.
Well,
You
you,
are not
you currently
the
have
White
control.
Tower.
You currently have control of the air in the 100-foot cube around you.
Yes, I am trying to
So,
push
For everyone else's benefit,
Yes.
there's a roaring wind in this room right now.
Yes.
There is oil now flying all over the room as the wind
No,
picks
I'm
up.
not trying to fly it everywhere. I'm trying to like push it in and together. That's the point.
I can't take the time it would take to give you a lesson in fluid dynamics. And what
If
happens
this is-
to
we-
oil when it gets pushed? There is oil splashing around in addition to you pushing it.
No, we have you have okay. This is
You are, however, pushing it into an anti-magic field,
yes.
so nothing is really happening. You're just sort of pushing on the bubble.
Just didn't do that a while.
I'm gonna go with Harry to check out those other chests.
I'm already like up the stairs. At
Yeah,
this
Harry's
point.
already. So you've got up the stairs, Harry. You're on the roof overlooking the courtyard.
Where are those chests?
You recall that the chests were in the mausoleum in the courtyard.
I'm heading there.
All right.
There's one down the well too, right?
The well and the mausoleum are connected.
Okay.
As
Uh,
Gashkar and Gwyn just kind of sit in the room, just like, I know that I'm not any of their parents, but sometimes I feel like I'm hurting small children.
Oh yes, very.
You,
very much
you
so.
say very loudly over the sound of roaring winds as Hope is pushing.
I'm a
against the
storm
bubble.
herald.
We've got a telepathic link.
Well, in that case, everyone
Hear
hears
that, you know.
I also had the message cantrip.
Or that.
Yeah, you could use that.
So Harry and Corbin head up the stairs, through the castle, down the stairs, out into
Yep.
the courtyard, over to the mausoleum.
Screen transition. Screen transition.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, let me find the correct map. Here it is. Okay. So you head down into mausoleum.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Internet, why you be? Gotta be. Why you gotta be? Okay. So, you head in. You head into the mausoleum. There's a set of stairs immediately ahead of you. There in this sort of L-shaped hallway you find yourself in. There's a set of stairs going down. You go down the stairs. There's a door.
Uh-huh.
You open
There's
the
a
door.
door.
Yep, there's a door.
Open the door.
Not locked. So you kick open the door. Inside the room, you find one of those guard corpses that you found around the place. Some oil on the walls and floors. A door to your left and a door immediately ahead of you.
Left-hand door has one of the treasure chests. Comes across the telepathic link.
You get the telepathic equivalent of thumbs up. Just the emoji.
Right.
emoji.
Yeah.
Or establish emoji communication.
No, it's just the visual image of Harry looking at her own thumb.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
I'm assuming we can get to the
Yeah, you
to that door without traversing the
oil or yeah.
yeah, no, the oil and the body are sort of in the middle of the
Yeah, okay.
around. You head
Sure.
over to the left-hand door.
Yep.
You open it up.
Check it for
Yep,
traps.
give me a perception check.
Do you want me to do this?
Shut up, I got this.
Oh
I
no.
stand 10 feet back.
0.
This door, you're not even certain this door is a door. You think this is a fake door.
It's probably made out of cloth.
Like you think this is just part of the wall. You think Gwynfron's trolling you right now.
The door is actually 10 feet down. Further down the hallway.
I'm hitting the door with my axe.
Give me an attack
There
roll.
you go.
$28.
28 hits.
10 slashing damage to a.
You chop into it, and holy shit, it is actually a door. Wow. This door looks like a wall, man, but it's a door.
Hey, at the door.
All right.
You open the door.
Open the door.
You open the door with a hole in it now. You find yourself in a room, in a statuary room.
Okay.
There are 4 statues along the northern wall, sort of in the corners of the north wall.
Uh-huh.
2 statues on the southern wall, and then 2 statues in the middle, flanking a large treasure.
We're 99% sure that these things are going to attack us, right, Corbin?
One way to find out before we even step in there. I'll pull out my longbow and I'll shoot the chest.
Spoil sport.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Where's my longbow? Right there. 26.
You hit the chest. There's an arrow sticking out of the chest now.
Well, at least that didn't piss him off. Maybe we actually do gotta step in. All right, cool.
Walk right up to the chest.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait.
Walk over to the chest.
Yep.
Nothing happens.
Can I pull my arrow out?
Yeah.
Or is it starting to change?
Yeah, you can pull the arrow out.
Okay.
The chest isn't affected by the oil. Nothing in this room is affected by oil.
Okay.
Hit the. I smash into the chest top with the axe.
Okay.
That's how I open.
It's the-
Over the sound of Harry smashing the chest open.
Yeah.
Chomp, chomp,
That's
chomp, chomp.
The whole time I'm like, this. It serves 2 purposes, but it would get really annoying really fast. It'd be really hard to steal from anybody in this. Because as soon as somebody snuck past and got into this goddamn chest,
You get the sense you do get the sense that there's an alarm spell on all of these chests, and the alarm is specifically designed to play that sound.
Amazing.
Inside the chest there is a shield that seems particularly reflective.
dibs.
So that's why only some chests in Legend of Zelda make that noise. Because they just have alarm spells on them.
Yeah.
They put the alarm spell on a chest that has an important item.
Yeah, it is a shield that has sort of a mirror sheen outside of it.
Okay. I'll pick it up.
Fucking hate those things.
Have a shield that has a mirror.
I don't know how to identify it, so I'll just over the link be like, "Hey, Gwen, got something for you to look at when we get back."
All right.
One room down.
Shout if
One
you get
door
killed.
down.
I'll send you the visual image of it.
It looks like a
want
mirror
any-
in the shape of a kite shield.
Everyone dropped out of roll 20 for me.
Yeah, same here.
I think
Same,
Roll20 is
yeah.
having issues.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what this sort of thing does?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
I'm
You would
channeling the
everybody.
power of the.
I'm using
I'm curious to see what happens on my end because you're not in Roll20.
Connection to the server has been interrupted.
so that's a 28 using my last portent.
Okay. Well, it's a shield that's reflective. Assuming it's magical, because you have no idea, because you can't actually tell without being in the room with it. You assume it has something to do with reflecting things.
Yeah. But like, have I run across the shields of reflection before,
No, you have not.
or
run
whatever they're
across-
called?
You have not run
Okay.
across anything
Rugged
that
good looks
does
is what
this
it's
before.
reflecting right now.
Right now, you're just seeing Corbin's face, which, I mean, take of that what you will.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's pretty otter. He's not big enough to be a bear.
Anyway.
Hey, everyone's back.
Refresh and it'll come back.
Yep.
Oh, there's
There's the natural one, Gwyn.
There's Jack's natural one.
Yep.
that he used the portent on.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Man, it's a good thing you're a divination wizard because that staff would be ruining you.
I know, right?
You can assume that it has something to do with it has some sort of reflexive property. Without seeing it in your hands and being able to actually identify it, you can't really tell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the assumption you would.
Yep.
On to the next one.
I'll tell you what it does when you get back.
Yep.
All right.
There are 2 other doors back in that room, back in that initial.
So as you start walking back towards the other room, I need you all to make dexterity saving throws. Or the 2 of you.
Sweet.
Make dexterity saving throws.
The best. These. 10.
22.
All right, so Harry, you sort of feel the ground start to shake and book it. Corbin, you're too busy looking at your new shield to notice the statues on either side of you rapidly sliding towards you as you get slammed between 2 statues.
Ah!
You take 59 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh God.
as these 2 statues collide with you in the middle.
That's like a full 4 hearts.
I rolled a lot of 1s on that damage roll. I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rolled 7 1s on that damage roll.
I'm gonna use my reaction to use the shield that I already had equipped to mitigate half of that. So,
Sure.
because it says anytime I am subjected
Yep.
to dexterity saving
Yep.
throw. So 59.
You use your shield to sort of wedge the statues so they don't completely close.
Yeah, just the one in my back hits me really hard.
Right over the axe bite.
You are
Oh!
God damn.
you are also currently restrained between these 2 statues.
Okay, that's
Oh!
fine. How far away is the door?
You're right next to it.
I misty step to the other side.
All right, you misty step out of the statues, disappear. They slam close the rest of the way, and then slowly reset.
I'm sorry, Corbin. I'm only laughing because it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, yeah, I still gotta get used to this armor. I'm used to half plate.
All right. So there is another doorway to the south.
All right. Yeah, let's.
Corbin hears a voice in his head. So how you doing?
All right, couple unforeseen things, but we're good.
You know, foreseen things are kind of my forte.
So what's
Is it
gonna happen?
only in Corbin's head?
Oh, it's in everyone's head.
No, it's in
Never
everybody's head.
So what's gonna happen? I have temporarily halted the control wind spell. I still have it up. I'm concentrating on it. So what's gonna happen when this, explodes?
We will probably have to deal with and probably kill a augmented Galadir.
Cool. I'm gonna start strategizing while you all are off opening chests that may or may not be mimics over
Look,
and over
I'm
again.
very curious what strategy you would form, Hope.
I'm gonna stand on the end of this hall here and just sort of like blow wind at it so that oil can't come back at us. Because
How long does
that
control winds
wind-
last?
1 hour, and I cast that after
Right.
Gallagher did his
It'll go
spell.
off. You're right. Your control winds will close a little bit after the oil collapses on Galadir.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like 6 rounds.
But we spent some time fighting those mimics, and there was
About
like
3 rounds.
No,
Yeah.
it'll still be up for a while after the fight starts. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that'll prevent that oil from trying to splash back at us because it's a force of wind pointing in one direction.
So you can hope, yes.
I mean, pretty much anything she does, she hopes. So
Yes. Well, you know,
That's fair.
I don't have foresight, so
You actively
Look,
do. It's on you
Speaking
right
of
now.
foresight, if you foresaw what
Not-
just happened, why the hell was the warning? Where was it?
I told you guys about the statues long in advance of you guys going down there.
Look, Siri McWisdon, if you want to come with us, but we're not stopping.
can
So
we
eat a
strategize?
dick. And
Yeah.
she keeps going.
Can we strategize on what's going to happen when Galadir explodes?
How much time do we have till Galadir explodes?
How long has it been?
About 50 minutes still.
50 minutes.
Most of an hour.
So we're going to do this while you walk around and blow off steam, Harry.
All right, but you will realize why I will tell you to fuck off once we're actually killing things.
No plan survives
Fine.
first contact with the enemy.
No. I mean, when Corbin and I find things and we have to kill them, I'm going to tell you to fuck off because I'm busy killing things and
That's
don't have time
fine.
to plan.
That's fine. Anyway, Gwyn, you
Yes.
worked with Galadir because you know him and you're friendly enough with him to ask him for favors.
Really quick.
Yes.
You guys move into the next room. There's a series
Yep.
of walls that you can navigate through.
Okay.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you step around one wall, and the statue of an eyeball turns towards you.
Sweet.
Oh, God.
Continue with your conversation.
17.
You too, Corbin.
Oh, all right. I was gonna let Harry go first.
Okay, that's fine. 17 is enough to get half damage. So, Harry, you step around the corner as this eyeball turns towards you, and then you immediately start backpedaling, and you are mostly assisted in this as a ray of force blasts you in the chest.
Okay.
67 points of force damage rounded to half, so that's 33. So 33 points of force damage and sort of blows you back around the corner.
Motherfucker.
Harry, are you guys going straight on from the room with the statues onto the next chest without leaving the mausoleum first?
We're still in the mausoleum.
Yeah, we're still in mausoleum.
All right, it's going to be a lot faster, I believe, if you go outside and climb down the well behind the castle and go in the back door, because
Too
that
much
chest is
effort.
almost at the entire end of the mausoleum and can probably be accessed a lot more quickly
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
if you go through the back door.
I am ducking way down and turning around the corner again.
It's a race to see who gets there first. Then, so Corbin's gonna turn around. And no, it turned so well.
Give me another dexterity saving throw.
28.
And you're trying to continue past it, right?
Yep.
All right. You still take damage, but you managed to. But
Fine.
you managed to keep going. As you take half, so you take another 30 points of force damage.
Okay.
As you duck past it to the other side. So there are 3 walls which you see have script on them. Can't read. As you duck past them to where the third wall is now between you and the eye statue.
Okay.
There is an open pathway that continues on past that is in clear view of the eye statue, as well as a ladder that goes up to a second floor.
Oh shit! I've already healed. I just realized I've already healed all of the damage from that previous, the 11 from the previous fight.
Yep.
I'm taking a
Sorry,
short
which
rest.
way does it go?
Same.
So there's the open path that heads straight out to the east of this room that is in clear view of the statue. And then there's a ladder that heads up to a second floor that is more obscured by the wall.
Second floor it is.
All right. So
Can I take a short rest if I'm concentrating on the spell the entire time or not?
no.
Okay.
Taking a short rest would drop the spell.
Okay. I will just swig a healing potion then.
All right. So you head up to the second floor as Corbin heads out and around. You head up to the second floor, The second floor balcony sort of overlooks this area. You can position yourself so that the wall is still between you. It continues to head east, as well as heading south and looping back around the other side of the room that you're. I'm assuming you're just going to head east rather than loop back around.
Yeah.
You head east. This upper story looks like it overlooks another hallway that you would have had to go down if you followed the floor where the eye could see you, and then loops around to where you see this suspended platform in the middle of this open pit. There's this suspended platform in the middle of this open pit, where there are another pair of statues and some switches. The thing that you're on continues on around until it drops back down and connects with the floor on the other side of that platform where it drops down.
Okay.
Basically, you just sort of skipped this suspended platform section,
Right.
and you can get to the other side of it by
Okay.
following this upper level.
Cool.
Now you're sort of 20 feet up from the floor, and the platform, the section that you're on, doesn't continue.
Okay.
So do you want to just like drop down?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm heading down.
So go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I was
Unless you've-
absorbing.
Yeah, no problem. It's
Say
a lot of
athletics?
information. Yeah, athletics. Unless you have something to climb with.
15.
15. So yeah, you just sort of
Jeez.
hop off
I
and
did-
brace.
Yep.
It,
Sounds like something I would do.
you only take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
As you hit the ground and absorb most of the.
Okay.
There's the walkway that leads back out to that suspended platform on your right, and on
Mm-hmm.
your left, which is the northern section of the wall, there's a ladder that heads up to a second floor.
While this is happening, by the way,
Uh-huh.
I just kind of reach into my pack and pull out a series of clay pots that have a variety of paints inside.
Okay.
I sort of pick up one of the paint brushes, dip it into one of the pots, and I proceed to draw a grid of iron bars in front of the anti-magic field.
Okay.
Perfect.
As I create an
Awesome.
iron barricade between us and Galadir.
Give me-
Happy little
So-
tree.
That is
What
perforated so
Happy
we can
little
stab through it, but
Yeah.
it will block people trying to run through it.
So what I wanted to ask you, Gwyn, was how good of a wizard is he? Like, how many of your...
Well, that'll be somewhat irrelevant
Steel.
because he actively bled his magical capacity off of him before he did that.
Yeah, but we don't know how that oil works when it interacts with a magic user.
Yeah, but I don't think his skill as a wizard will quite be the same as what is created by the oil.
Yeah.
And I'm aware, is Galadir a wizard or a sorcerer?
He's a wizard.
Okay.
hmm
As to your awareness of how powerful a wizard he is, you're not certain. You've never actually witnessed Galadir utilize any amount of his combat potential.
Right.
Like, you've seen him cast offensive spells, and you know he has offensive spells, but you've never actually
I've never seen him
witnessed
pressed.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's teleported me a couple different places, and we had none of the malfunctions that, like, Selena or you did.
I was gonna say
So-
he makes clones. I think that gives us an idea of
I have no idea.
how powerful potentially he is.
He has an enormous amount of arcane potential. I have never seen him pushed to anything closely approaching his limits. And the power and mastery that he displays is something that he tends to keep fairly close to the vest, like most wizards do.
No,
Okay, but have you figured out how you defeat him? Because I've done that with all of you all already.
So mechanically, Gwynfron,
Mhm.
just based off of the power bleed you saw when he was just expending
Yeah.
magic, you would assume mechanically he is an above 20th level spellcaster.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm curious how you alone would defeat most of us in this group.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Mhm.
No,
Hope,
but
Batman.
you'll show us.
Hope, Batman, Barbarian.
This bar of this grid of gates probably won't hold him back forever, but it'll at least create a temporary buffer.
Mm-hmm.
So-
And I'm planning on just blowing the heck of anything that's trying to come at us back. So it's going to be hard to move back away from him.
Yes.
So,
If you fight him in this.
yes.
Given that the oil will likely have taken over the simulacrum, I would advise against any use of electricity or lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Fire and cold does
That becomes
an
slightly
amount.
that becomes slightly problematic because my primary weapon is electrical based, but you know.
Yes,
Do
you
you
are
want another
going to
weapon?
have a
I've
bit of a
got one.
disadvantage, love.
Always go find other weapons.
Other weapons that will then immediately turn to uselessness as soon as I stab him with them. I've got a bunch of magical javelins.
Okay.
That
Throwing
I
things is
don't
going to be
mind
difficult
losing.
at it.
Spears.
Throwing things will be difficult at it if you're using a javelin. So,
I can also just stab him with a series of magical javelins.
yep. Mm-hmm.
By the way, Corbin, by this point, you've gotten to the well.
All right, I already have my grappling hook tied to the rope, so I'm just gonna set it, and then start rappelling down and ask Harry how it's going.
Peachy.
At this point, Harry, you are at the door on that northern platform.
Okay.
Watch out for the big hole that goes down extremely, extremely deep to where I couldn't see the bottom. It's a big hole.
I check the door for traps.
The big hole was was underneath the platform. Go and give me a perception check. Corbin, give me an athletics check.
6.
All right.
Pretty good for you.
You're pretty
Yeah.
certain the door's not trapped.
Gwen, would you
Open
like
the
something to
door.
eat while we're waiting?
22.
22, yeah, so Corbin, you give me down the thing. You end up in a shallow pool of water, Corbin, that has
Okay.
a hallway that leads off toward the door.
Okay.
Harry, 6. Yeah, you're pretty certain the door's not trapped.
I open
You
the
open the
door.
door. Inside there is a statue and a treasure chest.
I look at the statue.
It is standing right next to the treasure chest. It has a shield, but no sword or any other weapon, and it's just sort of standing with the treasure chest off on its weapon hand side.
Got a chest here.
I'll go to the door and open
Statue next to it. Going to open chest. And then I do exactly what I said I was going to do.
Or when you open the door, the next section of room seems to have another tunnel that leads off to your left, where there appears to be some sort of light radiating down, and then a staircase that leads up to another.
it. Hey, Gwen, when you came down through the well, which way was the chest?
I actually passed the chest and came up the well, but that would have been from the direction he's coming. It was the left, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you hang a left there.
All right.
Harry, you open the thing. The alarm sound plays again.
I follow that.
You don't hear it, Corbin.
Okay.
Inside the chest, you find a sword that seems to be made of a very similar reflective property to the shield that Corbin found.
Okay.
Corbin, you head down the hallway. Also, Harry, in this room, there's another There's a door with a staircase, a door frame with a staircase beyond.
Do you have the Master Sword as an animal weapon in this place?
No. Corbin, you head you head down the hallway, and there's a raised platform that the light is sort of streaming down onto.
Okay. I'll walk up it.
You walk up. There's a treasure chest on this raised platform in sort of halo of light. You're not sure where it's coming from because there were definitely no holes that you saw on the ground on the way to the well. And that's not the well.
Yeah. Harry, you said you found a chest.
Yep.
So did I. Wasn't there only 2 left that you saw, Gwen?
No, I think there were 3. I think I saw a total of 3 going through, right?
Yeah, there were 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then I'll inspect this for traps or mimicry teeth.
All right, give me a perception check.
10. Man,
You're pretty certain it's not a mimic or a trap.
I know what I'm doing. My girlfriend's a rogue. I open the chest.
You open it.
Yep.
The sound plays again. Inside there is a long metal rod that has a big like blue diamond on the end of it.
Okay. So it's just up on a raised platform.
Yeah.
What's on the left or right?
Nothing. It's just a treasure.
No, I mean, like, is it? raised up? There's nothing below
of the platform. It's just more. It's the hallway that you came in. The hallway that you came in comes in and wraps around to the.
Okay, then I will. Yeah. I'll pick it up and take a look at it, and then okay, I found a scepter rod thing.
I found a sword. I grab the sword. I look up at the statue. I give the statue the double bird. And then I turn around to leave.
You go
Punch
down
it
the
into a
stairs, or
wall.
do you go back the way you came?
You know what? Down the stairs.
All right. Statue has no reaction to your double birds. Go down the stairs.
I know that it's crying on the inside.
You find yourself in a long hallway at one end of which there seems to be a raised platform and some light and Corbin.
If I hold the statue up real high, does the diamond shine?
Or the rod?
Yeah. The rod.
Yes, it does shine.
Actually, I guess I should be more clear with that. What up, Hope fucker?
Man. She. I think. Yeah. No.
You realize we can all hear you, right?
I know. That's why I said it.
I'm meditating. I am attempting to meditate. I'm trying
Hope,
to be
if
very
I wasn't
calm.
being clear,
I'm trying to remain calm.
We all got the joke here.
Back. Okay.
All understood.
Start walking down. Got the rope this way.
2 of you escape the well.
Yep.
I'll go up first and then just grab the end and pull you up like a fish.
I will not stab. I will not stab. I will not stab.
Please tell me you stab him with the mirror sword. That'd be great.
No, I do not stab.
All right, let's go. Bring
Yep.
this to Gwen and he can tell us what
It's been about a half an hour.
We are in agreement that they get none of this shit, right?
They, I think, can't use it. So
We went and got it.
yep, that's fair. That's fair.
Gonna need a lot of levels in Rogue before you can use that rod, I think, Harry.
Finders Keepers is, I think, the accepted rules of adventuring. So
Even if she can't use it, she will hold on to it.
It's a rod with a rock on the end. Gwyneth Paltrow knows exactly what to do with it.
It's been about a half an hour, and you all meet back up in the treasure room.
yep.
Jack.
So
I've just been staring at the bubble
I'm
that's
noticed.
surrounding him. Can I see through it at all? Is it
Nope.
the oil
Completely covered in oil.
Okay.
The oil is black and viscous. It seems to absorb light.
Stare at it.
All right. You're there. You have a new shield, sword, and rod.
Oh, hey.
Lay them out
Welcome back.
for Gwynferon to identify if he has the capacity now,
Yep.
or if he has to wait.
You've got 30 minutes left. Do you want to spend all 30 of it ritual casting identify?
I've already had my short rest, so I'll cast identify regular once on the rod.
Right. The rod is it is a chromatic rod.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it has 10 charges, and you can spend one charge of it to cast chromatic orb from the rod. You
Cool.
can spend additional charges to increase the level of the chromatic orb. If you spend all 10 of them, it's a 10th level chromatic orb.
Cool.
If you spend all 10 of them, it crumbles to dust. But it regains a d6 of charges every.
Does
Okay.
it require attunement?
It does require attunement.
So he'll explain that to everybody. Then he'll ritual cast.
Actually, wait, no, it would not require attunement because it's just casting a spell. Yeah, no, it doesn't require attunement. Like Wands of Magic Missile don't require attunement either.
No.
Yeah.
Which is why I've got one. And then he'll ritual cast identify on the shield.
Okay. After 10 minutes and 6 seconds, I think identifies just an action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After 10 minutes and 6 seconds, you identify the shield as a shield of reflection. Basically, you can, whenever there is a single target spell that affects the person who is attuned to this shield, they can make a dexterity saving throw versus the spellcaster's DC and if successful, reflect the spell back at the original caster.
Cool.
Nice.
Does it work on magic missile?
It doesn't. It does not work on magic missile. However, you can make it. It does allow you to make a dexterity saving throw to block a magic missile.
Okay.
Is it one of those
And
where
that's is required attunement.
yeah.
That does require attunement. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this a lot.
I begin.
It does not. It does not provide any numerical bonus to it. Bonus.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
Well,
Just a flat +2.
I'd only lose 1 point then.
And then he will ritual cast it on the sword.
This is a chromatic sword. The sword has 10 charges. While attuned to the sword, you can spend a charge to give your weapon an elemental affinity. I.e., it will do a d6 of whatever, of one of the elements, lightning, fire, acid, cold, thunder. I think of
Those
are the
those-
chromatic orb elements.
Mm-hmm.
That charge will last for 5 rounds. So
Nice.
What kind of sword is it?
it's a long sword.
That-
There are no scimitars. Why?
I
because people
mean,
don't like 'em.
There are scimitars, just not here.
Chromatic orb is acid, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder.
That's it. That's the other one. Poison was the other.
Welcome to 5e, where poison is an element.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Also, there might be scimitars in other places. You just found the long sword.
This is Hyrule. There are long swords. It's very European fantasy.
All right. Well, we've got about 10 minutes and change.
Unless
I'm
we can
gonna
find the Gerudo Desert.
I'm gonna start
The
up
sword.
the.
The sword does require attunement, and it regains charges every. It regains a d6 of charges every.
I'm going to restart
somebody
the
else write that
halted
down.
effect.
Well, are we going to take this 9 minutes and such that we have and get as far away as possible, or are we going to make sure that clone evil oil Galadir doesn't go rampaging around this dimension after we're gone?
How much time do we have at this point?
9 minutes.
That's a lot of time.
Harry, do you want to try this
Impressively
pipe?
impatient.
What does the pipe do?
It makes you wiser. Also, it tastes pretty good.
I feel like I'm pretty damn wise.
Okay.
You
It also just it's very. I got it from a literal god on another continent, so it's pretty cool. Galadir's tried or Gwyn's tried it. Yes.
It's what awoke you. If
You're
you
welcome.
recall. Smoking that pipe woke voices up in your head.
I mean, if she won't, I will. Just to pass the time.
Go.
So basically, it's gonna
That was
get me
reasonable.
fucking high.
Possibly. I don't know what it's gonna do to you. I've been trying to hand it to everyone to see what it does to people because
Because I cannot
I'm
take
curious.
9 minutes of fucking waiting here sober, and I'm out of booze.
Give Harry the pipe.
All right,
She already
Hand me the
grabbed it.
pipe. Yeah.
make a Constitution saving throw, Harry.
Okay. 19.
It's fine. You like the fact that it doesn't run out of whatever herb this is kind of nice, but you've smoked better.
You have +2 wisdom
You also have +2 to your.
until the next short rest.
I'm going to use all 5 of my lay on hands charges to heal
Look,
myself
I
25
only
points.
have a -3 now.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
I said, you had better.
I am a fucking sage at this point.
I am one with the goddamn universe.
I could be a cleric.
If your main class was cleric, maybe.
You got about 9 minutes. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. When I get back, be prepared.
Okay. Nope. See that I handed that pipe to another Azamar that was with us, and then she freaked out, and then she left. And then I handed it to Gwyn, and he started hearing a voice in his head and got really bossy. And now I handed it to you, so I'm really curious what it's gonna do to you, basically. How you feeling?
You know, you ever just think about
What if
Like-
the power is really inside of us?
My son really wants me to trip and fall to my death. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of him.
How else will he succeed to his rightful place in the world?
I'm so proud of him. He's already planning patricide. It's nice. It's great. I love it. Anyways,
You're
so
parenting right.
I re-up the control wins and it slowly begins. I'm gonna have it be at full strength, strong wins.
okay.
So it just both effects. Gust against the the cube. When I first cast it, I wanted it to be sort of outside the tower as well, so it's all sort of if there's any oil that tries to sneak out, I'm still I want to form a full box, like a sealed box around this, and directly against the
So
current
all ranged.
whatever.
So all ranged attacks that are in the cube are going to have advantage.
Yep,
Ranged
I know.
weapon attacks specifically.
Mhm. Yep.
Ranged weapon attacks that pass
Yep.
through it have disadvantage.
Yep.
Throwing the javelin, things like that.
Yep. Like I
Um,
said.
It's going to cost an extra foot of movement for each foot moved to back up.
Yep.
But yeah, not
Mhm.
trying to knock anybody down, so it's going to get knocked down by it.
Yep. And if he tries to fly, it won't work.
Everybody's going to get shoved.
Now here's a question.
directly
Based
into
on the
it.
text,
Yes.
pass through it. What if the weapon attack originates within and the target is also within?
You're still
Does that count
passing
as
through
passing?
it. Yeah,
That still counts as pass
You're
through?
going
Okay.
from point A to point B, both of which you have to go through the cube to get to. Even though they start in the cube, you still have to go through the cube to get to point A to point B.
Okay.
You don't teleport from one end of a swimming pool to the other just because you're in the water. Similarly,
No.
you don't teleport from one end of the cube of air to the other one just because you guys started in it.
Okay. Yeah, no.
You know, people say that people are like onions when they're complex. But an onion really isn't that complex.
They make you cry.
It's not. Onions aren't complexity; they're layers.
No, this is
This is Harry on the
Yes.
pipe.
Uh-huh.
because Harry
This is so
stoned.
Got it.
Like,
Harry,
I get it. There's layers and all that, but like, what? When you peel back the layer, there's just another layer there, and eventually you get down to the core. And the core is that the layers aren't that. It's just slimy, mouth hurty stuff.
Harry, you hear a voice. You hear a voice in your head that goes, "Dude, you're right."
See, I know, right? Doesn't it make sense?
did any of us, the rest of us on the telepathic link, hear that voice?
No, none of you heard that.
No.
Voice.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You don't recognize that voice either.
Wait a minute.
Is something wrong?
You're not Gwen.
There's no response.
Huh. Your drugs are making me hallucinate, and I approve.
All right, please let me know if that continues. Are we ready? I stand up.
Oh, killing things? Yes. Let's do this.
Hopefully you are, as the bubble in front of you inside the painted cage evaporates.
Yes.
The oil drops down, encompassing what was at one point in time Galadir. And right now it's just sort of like a sort of conal humanoid shape covered in this black viscous oil inside a metal cage. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
It's not really a cage. It's just kind of like there's just a wall, like a steel grate wall.
Hope still at advantage.
It is a wall that there are 4 walls around him, therefore it is a cage. You've just applied the 4th wall.
It's more like a cell.
Right now, he is still above.
I'm not going last.
Let me get ready.
Fluffy slime corpses.
What's the roll? Got it. Okay.
God damn it.
Roll.
No, you're not allowed.
It's funny how you think that works.
How beat to shit is Harry right now?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's Corbin. And I used my 5 charges of land hands to heal myself for 25.
Somebody heals 10 hit points a round.
Ah, you're right. It's me.
Rolled really poorly. Oh well. Okay. So, Harry,
Mm-hmm.
you're standing there. The bubble has become a cone, really, inside this cell-like structure that has been erected within the.
I am. Yeah, sure, something like that. Sure.
The cell was designed so that you could stab through it if you need to.
Harry's not going to be the first to test and see if that oil thing's still going to fuck up weapons. I realize it's sloughed off, but we never know.
I mean, no, it's currently it's still oil. It's just a person dipped in oil and it's still you know.
Pulls out bow. And let's launch 4 arrows into that fucking thing.
All
You
right.
have disadvantage.
Yeah, you have
'Cause of,
disadvantage because you're in
control winds.
in the control winds area.
Oh, right.
It's very windy.
It's hard to aim.
But because I'm enlightened, do I get advantage to cancel that out?
No.
Because I'm in
No, it's just
Nope.
supposed
Do
to.
I get double disadvantage?
No. You're not
Because I'm stoned.
you're not so stoned that you have double disadvantage.
Hmm.
If you'd failed the Constitution save, then maybe.
13,
Yes, if you had failed the Constitution save, definitely.
21, 18, and 16.
Only the 21 hits.
For 9 piercing damage.
So several arrows sort of scatter against the cell as the wind blows them into it. One goes through and sticks into the sort of the chest of this goop, and is then very rapidly assimilated into it.
Guys, I have really bad news. There's some weird gust of wind that's preventing.
I don't know how Harry being stoned is actually somewhat more entertaining.
Entertaining's a word, but
This is bullshit.
philosopher Harry, I don't know if it's something we need right now. Oh.
All right, that makes it Hope's turn.
All right. I have a theoretical question for you. I have
Go
been
ahead.
carrying around a bag of ball bearings minus like 1 or 2 of them for this entire time. Would this wind be strong enough to, if I threw them, launch them as small projectiles?
No, they would hit the ground and roll.
Okay.
If it was strong enough to do that, it would also be throwing your party into the
That's true. That's very true. All right.
I do like using a bag of ball bearings as unlimited ammunition for the catapult spell, though.
Well, I'm just gonna. In that case. Okay. In that case, I have a jar of alchemist fire. I'm gonna fling that just at the grate,
Right.
and just let the wind scatter it at that thing.
Okay.
On the other side.
Attack. Go ahead and give me a throw.
Okay. It's just a ranged throw.
Yeah, it'll be a ranged.
right?
It'll be a ranged throw. So your
Can I just do like my
strength or
no.
dexterity with strength or dexterity with.
Okay, sweet. I'm just gonna do my dagger attack then, because it's the same. 13.
The flask shatters on the grate, and then doesn't really do. It just sort of sticks to the grate. The grate's on fire now.
Yep.
Make it harder to try and grab. God damn it, Jack.
That's my turn, because I'm just keeping up that spell
Gosh,
right
Carl.
now.
I'm just. How close is he to the grate right now?
About 10 feet beyond it.
Do javelins have reach? I don't think they do.
Actually, no, you would have had to paint it outside the radius of the cone, the radius of the anti-magic field.
Oh yeah, right outside the anti-magic
it-
field. Yeah.
So what's the radius of an anti-magic field?
10 feet.
So yeah,
Yep.
so he's 10 feet away.
Is it too late for me to do my try for my insightful fighting to see if I can get advantage on him later?
Sure.
Okay.
That while we move on to Cash
Check.
Crush.
Cool.
Nope, javelins do not have.
24.
They do not have
No, they don't have reach.
reach. So I will just have to throw them. So we're 2 wyvern stingers. 15 misses, 20.
20 just hits.
For 14 damage, because this is a range attack, and I don't think rage actually applies to range attacks, even if they are strength based.
Yeah, no, rage is not.
Mm-mm.
The javelin hits and begins to get absorbed again. Melts into the oil. You notice that it's acting much faster on this than it was on the weapons previous.
Mm-hmm. Don't even want to try with the anti-weapon this time, because it might work.
Its turn. So from within this puddle of oil, you see 2 eyes open up.
Mm-hmm.
And as they do, there's a flash. There's a flash of purple light, and the wind dies. As do all of your. You suddenly realize that none of your magic items are functioning right now. As it has an anti-magic cone emanating from its eyes.
Mm.
Hey, Gwen.
Yes.
In scent, is the S or the C the silent one?
Yes.
Think about it.
I did, and I gave you my answer. Yes, you are correct.
I didn't propose something. I asked a legitimate question.
I know. And the answer to your question was yes. Think about it.
I am.
The form of this oily creature solidifies into this sort of bronzed, brass-colored elf with these glowing purple eyes that seem to have canceled out magic in the area in front of it. And it takes a moment to look around before moving up to the cell, on which the other side of which is Gashkar. It reaches up and grabs the bars. And as it does, the bars begin to melt into this oil as it begins to assimilate it. And that's
I didn't
its
think
turn.
it hold him long.
And
I
that's
didn't think
its-
it hold him long, but it took it for a turn.
That's its turn.
Yep.
Gwynferon.
All right.
I'm gonna give you guys
Oh.
a box for the size of the treasure.
I've seen this statue before. I've used this statue in other games. Can you also denote which ground is not safe to walk on?
I will put an aura. Basically, there is oil with the wind the wind's not blowing anymore.
Mm-mm.
But there is oil sort of all around.
Okay, that works.
Quinn's going to step over here.
Right.
And he's going to try and cast a spell. Is he able to from this position?
Yes, you are no longer inside the cone.
And there will be a shimmer that just sort of appears in the air behind the elf. I'm casting Arcane Sword. Does a 20 hit?
You mean Mordenkainen's sword?
Yes.
Yes, a 20.
Okay, so that's 14 force damage there.
Roll20 calls it Arcane Sword because copyright.
Because copyright. That'll work. But yeah, it's almost completely transparent. It's just this weird, like it's the StarCraft cloaked unit effect.
Yeah.
Right. That's action, move. And I think that's everything for now. Yes.
So I need Gashkar. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as the arcane force smashes into the back of the oiled entity, which causes some oil to splash out ahead of it.
Well, danger sense.
Yeah,
26.
you managed to get out of the way of the oil splashing as the sword hits it. And that's gonna make it Corbin's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna need to change something real quick in my bow just to make it easier. I'm going to bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
So
I believe you're still in the anti-magic cone, so you have to move.
You cannot currently cast any spell.
so I'll go to right here.
Still in the cone.
Take a few more steps forward.
No,
There you
you're
go.
not. Yeah, you were right on the edge.
So yeah, I'll.
I wish that
Cast
roll 20
that.
staff cones, please.
Yes, cones would be lovely.
Turn that on real quick and take 3 shots with my bow. So 22,
Hits. 14 misses.
Bam, bam. So 16. So yeah, 28 total.
Respectable.
The arrows, and you see now that the oil isn't completely obscuring his form, you see the arrows hit in and then just melt into the body of this.
And that's everything I can do.
Harry,
Ah,
the cage has been melted into oil. It no longer exists.
right. I mean, these will be slightly more useful than my bow. I'm
Mind you, the
chucking-
wind no longer exists either, so you can do range attacks without
Yeah. Chucking my hand axes. Although before I do, hey Gwen,
Yeah,
do you think sand is called sand because it's between the sea and land?
probably. I wouldn't be surprised if the etymology originated there somewhere. Please tell me you're on like stonethoughts.tumblr.com or something right now, Jeremy.
I am on. It is specifically. It's BuzzFeed for the record.
Excellent.
19 stoner questions that will make you think you're high right now.
I'm so proud of you.
The 18 misses, 31 hits. Go and roll damage for 31.
Okay. So there's 8 slashing damage
Okay.
because minimum damage, and then I fire a couple more arrows because I'm not ruining any of my magical weapons
Probably is why.
on Galaclone. 27. And you know what? Let's just make that a let's make that a why not menacing attack.
Here we go.
Can you make?
Let's
can
see
you
if
make
we can
ranged
make
attacks
a
menacing?
clone of huh?
Can you
Any
make
attack.
ranged attacks menacing?
Oh yeah, no, that's why
Yeah.
you have archery fighter battle masters all the time. Yeah, that's what Hawkeye is.
All it says is weapon
Oh,
attack.
that's fair. That's fair.
So that is 8 plus. So there was 20.
At this point, that you
Piercing
realize that it is immune to being frightened.
I figured that was the case.
Yep.
But I did get 12 extra damage in.
You did. You did.
And last attack 30, and let's make that a distracting strike. The next attack roll has advantage.
All right.
So 6 piercing, 9 piercing total. That's my turn.
That makes it Hope's turn.
Okay. Sharpness just gives that. Sorry, I was looking up a bunch of things at once. Hey, Corbin, do you still have that like potion of making things huge at
Yep.
all?
2 of them.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would work on my bag of holding?
No,
The bag cannot drink a potion.
You can pour it into it though.
Yes, and then there's a potion in a bag.
Okay.
And then no, specifically, then there are the contents of an enlarging potion in some form of astral void that the bag connects to.
Which then you
Yes.
just pick up the bag and go, ah.
Or just fling it at a wizard. I'll move off to the side here.
Also, you know that reaching into your bag right now, you will feel nothing but canvas.
40.
That's
Yep.
true. And no magic.
I go back there.
Now your magic works.
Now my magic works.
Now your control winds is back up.
I have dropped that.
Okay.
It does not say I need to use. I think
No, you
like
can just drop
section or
things.
anything to do that. I just
No,
drop it.
You can just drop things. Really.
Did my insight check reveal anything? I
what'd you
incited to 24 versus his deception.
There is nothing. You didn't get anything off of it, mostly because there's nothing. You're used to reading people and objects and creatures in a certain way. This is not giving any signals. It's like trying to read a blank bit of canvas. Nothing there.
Okay. I'm gonna continue to stare into the void though to see if I can get my advantage. No, I already have that. Even if I have disadvantage, still could be useful. I'll leave it for now. And I am going to rage. It's my bonus action. And then take my 2 daggers and fling them at him. So that's something or other. Where is that dagger? These are just my regular daggers. 17
Misses.
and a 15.
Misses. Fly wide.
Okay.
They're now on the ground next to Gwen.
They would zoom back to my belt,
Oh, yeah, it's
actually.
like-
Yep. That is, and then I'm gonna just take, because I can manipulate an object. I'm gonna take the oil of sharpness and just sort of, I'm not applying it yet because I think it takes a full action to apply it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, I have already put the potion of slipperiness on my, or the oil of slipperiness on myself. So I'm just gonna drop some of the oil of sharpness and see how the oils interact. I'm curious. I'm experimenting.
Oil of sharpness just slides off your fingers because it only can be applied to weapons.
Yeah, but does it interact at all with the oil that's on there? I'm testing to see if this world
the oil of slipperiness has already dried.
Okay.
Like it's on you.
Got it.
The magical effect is already applied to you, so you're not layered in baby oil. You're just the effect is applied.
That's how you described it for Gwyn. Okay.
Yeah. Now, while Gwyn was naked and applying it, he was lathering himself in baby oil. Yes.
Cool.
But after
okay.
he put his clothes back on and gave it a little bit, the texture would have still dried out.
Okay,
even
that's
if
my
the
turn
effect was
then.
still
That's
there.
probably all I have time to do.
It's like a henna tattoo of magic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go. That's a good way of describing it. Gashkar, your turn. You're right next to this entity that has just melted the cage away in front of you.
Yep. So bonus action, I'm gonna drink my potion. Oh no, I need to get out of his sight range first for that to work. I'm going to maneuver this way.
All right, it's gonna take an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay. Actually, I should move further because that's 20. I can
Does
go...
a 19 hit you?
Nope.
I rolled a 3.
Yep. That'll happen.
I'm gonna get over here.
All right.
And bonus action, I'm gonna drink my potion of speed. Potion of sped.
Don't let him look at you.
He's gonna look at me in a minute anyway, but and then I will use my Ring of Fire Elemental command and just drop a fireball, like between me and him, so that I will be the only person caught in it.
Okay. Roll that.
Fireball ring. 28 fire damage.
Failed to save.
Hot damn.
Fire washes over him. At the end of your turn?
Yep.
At the end of your turn, he's going to use all 3 of his legendary actions, and I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good.
You just got a bonus to that, Harry.
You're right. I have a -3, not a -4.
I'm gonna use Indomitable.
Okay.
10.
Oh.
It was better.
Yeah.
It was better.
Point.
All right. Corbin and Harry take 15 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
The rest of you take 7 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
As
And?
this unintelligible, as this alien language emanates into your minds.
Mm.
Gwen, you don't have comprehend languages up still, do you? No.
No. I would have lost that a while ago.
So yeah,
Yeah.
this language that none of you understand emanates through your minds.
Hey, shitbird, it's already crowded in here.
Big common.
And now it's his turn. He turns and looks at Gwen. Now that he's free of the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Gashkar, you feel that speed go away.
Yeah, I know.
And then the entity disappears,
That's not.
reappearing
Super.
right in front of Gwen.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Just reappearing. Gwen, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. 19.
That is exactly what you needed to save.
Oh.
So you only take 14 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
The other thing doesn't happen.
The other thing. Cool.
Yep. So instead, he's just going to try to hit you with his hands.
Okay. Galadir, we've been through the stats before.
Does an 18 hit you?
Just.
Are you going to shield?
Oh.
I assume he's looking
Oh, yeah,
at
no, that's
me.
right. He's looking at you. You can't shield.
Yep.
All right, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Boop. That's a 20. Whew.
All right. You manage to resist the infiltration of this oil as he stabs into your stomach with his fingers and just grips, dealing 22 points of damage to you.
That hurts.
Bad tickle, Galadir. Bad tickle.
And a natural 1, which is a 17, misses you as
Yes.
he pulls the fingers back out, but manages not to take more of you with him.
Cool. 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 Cool, cool, cool.
And
Cool.
that'll be his turn. Gwynferon, it's your turn.
All right. Action to disengage.
Okay.
We are going to. He's currently looking kind of directly at me.
Yep.
Okay. We are going to.
I
1,
will-
2.
Be- because it's kind of funny the way the statue is formed, I will face it like this, so you can
Okay.
see how the cone emanates out.
Hey, perfect.
Yay.
And bonus action, sword.
Yeah, because he hasn't looked directly at the sword yet.
Oh, he
And the
has
sword is a summon construct, so even if he does look directly at it, it goes away, but it's not gone.
5
Mhm.
hits.
23 force damage.
Nobody's next to it to splash.
Yes.
Although it is. I hadn't thought about the interaction of this oil and the force.
Well, I mean, it's force. That's all it is. It's not it's not made of material.
Yeah, that works. I mean, yes, but the oil doesn't care if it's made of material because it's.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah.
But I'm not going to go through the complexities of how this interaction works. All right, Corbin.
All right. Bonus action. I'm going to channel divinity and do a vow of enmity. And you're not leaving this plane. And then so now I have advantage on all my attacks against him.
Did you Hunter's Mark him previously?
Yeah. And I'll move to right there, and all three. Well, I'll do 2. I'll see how they go. This first bow shot's going to be a pushing attack because I'm going to push him up against the wall into the corner. 28.
So how does pushing attack work? That hits.
He has to make a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet.
Okay.
Up to 15 feet. So strength saving throw 19. And 16 points of piercing and force.
The arrow hits, and it doesn't seem like any of the kinetic impact actually passed through as intended.
Okay. He also takes another 3 points.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, you're very quiet for me. You quiet for anybody else?
Yes.
Look, yeah, kind of.
A little bit.
I don't know what's changed.
Ah!
That
Nice.
That was the opposite of
noise.
quiet.
that I didn't.
I
even
think
do
pulling my cable out of my microphone.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Did it.
All right. So then, if it didn't push him as much,
I think if you just adjust your mic up closer to your mouth.
better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird. So 2 more bow shots.
Yep.
22 and 15.
22 hits, 15 misses.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got the extra damage. It just doesn't seem like he's.
Yeah. So 7 and 5, so 12, 13, 12. I know numbers.
You number good here.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna move over this way as well, just a little bit.
All right.
Keep it spread out a bit.
Slightly further away.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it Harry's turn.
Okay. See no reason why not. I should not just keep doing what I'm doing at the moment. Before I get to my attacks, though. Hey, Gwen,
Harry.
is it still called a dog pile when when a bunch of cats jump on top of each other?
No, it's called a cat pile then.
Okay. Thump, thump.
This is a very fast eye. You seem to be getting more tired per round of combat.
It crashes.
And for the first one, I will actually before I no, it has to be within 5 feet. Never mind. So first one I will just do. We'll see what happens first. Well, after I roll. 28.
28 hits.
Okay, that will be a. I don't really have anything to disarm.
We could try to shoot his arms off.
Why not a goading attack?
There you go.
So 6 piercing plus 12, so 18.
I have a question about the goading attack,
Uh-huh.
and it's one I'm gonna probably have to rule for myself in a moment. Does it still apply if you're no longer on this plane of existence? Like if you die, does the goading attack still matter?
I would say if you die, probably not.
If you like,
Yeah, well, it's just they still have to. They suffer disadvantage.
oh, I
That's
see what
something
you're
Until
saying.
the end of your next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make it back to Gallagher, and all of a sudden I just get attacked.
Like if Harry is not there anymore, does Gallagher still have disadvantage on attacking anybody else?
Oh,
Does he just have to maul the corpse for a while, or what?
that's a good question.
I mean,
It's an interesting question that I'll have to answer for myself, but it just
I-
popped into
I
my
think
head.
I think he would.
I am very
because it's
encouraged
not
by
a
what
spell-
you
it's
just
not
said.
specifically a spell. You just
It's-
you've angered.
You really
me.
piss them off.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And I want to really make sure you're very, very dead.
Right.
Anyway, second attack at 27. This will be. Does he look distracted?
I rolled a 27, so he succeeded the saving throw, but it's
All
an
right.
interesting question.
This will also be a goading attack then
All right.
for 8 piercing and.
That one was an 11, so it succeeded.
So 15 piercing.
I've got to answer that.
Yes, you do.
These are headshots, so it's just tink, what the fuck is
An
you keep-
18.
He misses.
Okay,
Mhm.
precision attack.
Roll a 1.
24
That hits.
for 6 piercing. And one more attack.
Even though he's got resistance to
30.
all of these attacks, you're doing enough damage to him to depreciate his health quite a bit, just from the
Right.
volume alone. 30 hits.
6 piercing. And I am not doing anything. I'm not using doing anything superiority wise. Then action surge.
Okay.
Yes.
26.
so that's the thing
26
about
hits.
damage resistance is that you're like mathematically you are better off doing a myriad of small attacks than doing one large attack.
Does
Yeah.
that miss?
17 misses, yeah.
All right, precision attack. 26
That hits.
for 10 piercing. 26
Hits.
for 11 piercing. 17, and I am out of
misses.
combat superiority dice. So that was my 1, 2, 3.
That was your 8th attack, I think, right? Mhm.
Oh, I'm going back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That was
7, 8. Yes, I'm done.
All right. At the end of your turn, spends 2 of his legendary actions
Sweet.
to turn around, facing this way now. So, as you can see, the phone goes out.
Mhm.
I'm safe.
And looks at Harry. Harry, did you make a charisma saving throw?
Sweet.
Oh god.
I'm getting banished. 10.
You
I'm gonna
vanish.
use Indomitable.
All right, go ahead.
8.
You are
Can
super
you
bad.
use it multiple times?
You can use Indomitable multiple times, yes. You can run through your entire string of Indomitables if you so desire.
18.
Still a
Do I
failure.
get Indomitable?
Oh no.
12.
Still a failure.
Last one. Wait, one. Nope, that was
You
all
get
3.
3.
That's all 3. I am sticking around. Foop.
Harry vanishes. Harry, you find
That
yourself
lollipop sound.
Like TV flickering, Harry's there, and then that, and then there, and then that, and then there.
Then-
Harry, you find yourself in what appears to be a jail cell. This is a cell made up of that same silvery material that the castle had been turned into. You still have all your equipment, everything that you are wearing.
Okay.
And there appears to be entities made of that same brassy bronze-colored metal that Galadir was. Walking past the cell that you're in. Are
Dude.
Hope.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Harry just
That's
popped out of existence.
yeah. I don't like that. Let's see. What's the range on daggers? It's not very far.
I'm going to say 20, unless you've got sharpshooter.
Yeah, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Sorry, doing math. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5. Yeah, I'll run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then don't have disadvantage? Yeah. Yeah. That's close
You are,
enough.
however, in the cone.
I am. I don't care. I'm going to fling a dagger at him.
Okay.
27. That does 4 piercing.
If you're in the cone, you're probably not at advantage from foresight anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
well,
no longer have.
okay.
I mean, it was the first roll, but
Yeah.
27 still
Cool.
hits though. Yeah.
Yep. Sneak attack for 23.
You don't get sneak attack because you don't have advantage. You don't have advantage, and there's nobody in melee with it.
Ah, okay, got it.
Just get the
Yep.
4.
Okay, never mind. Then I'll fling it. The second one.
Sword does not count.
No. What else do I have? Then I'm gonna back up.
All
I
right.
still have 1 dagger left. 40.
That's probably a good idea.
Yep. But the spectral things are around it. Hopefully.
Yeah, you hit it.
Yep. Mhm.
All right.
All right. Yep. That's my turn.
All right. Yashgar.
Bonus action, pull up the hood. I'm invisible.
Okay.
aren't you still in the cone where you
Actually, yeah, you pull up the hood and you
Still-
don't turn
Still in
invisible.
the cone. Okay.
You pull
all
up the
right.
hood, but you don't turn invisible.
If I go here, am I out of the cone?
No.
Dang it. Well,
One
I
more
go
step.
that way anyway, so I'm further away from the cone.
One more step.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to count the squares you're moving because you do
Yep,
have
I know.
limited movement.
Yep.
All right.
That's my turn.
Yashgar.
I'm gonna snap and drop a fireball right between the two of us again, so that I'm the only one caught in it.
You are hasted again.
Yeah, I am hasted again, so I have an extra weapon attack. So fireball first. 26 fire damage,
23 on the dexterity saving.
so
Half of
half
that.
damage.
Mm.
So 13 fire damage. And then with my hasted attack, I will throw one of my wyvern stingers.
Good.
20
Exactly.
for 8 piercing, 4 cold.
All right. Its turn. It's looking at the sword, because the sword is not there currently.
Oh, okay.
However, it vanishes from sight
Mm-hmm.
and reappears on the other side of Glenfarron,
Still looking at the sword. Okay.
looking in that direction. So everybody is currently in its view. Glenfarron, charisma saving throw.
Go. We're gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
Never mind.
Do you have any portents left?
Nope.
All right. Glenfarron vanishes. Gwynfron, you find yourself in that same cell with Harry.
With Harry?
Yes, with Harry.
Cool.
You and Harry are in a cell made of that silver material with those golden, bronze, brass
Be right back.
elves around.
Harry?
When?
10, 15, 20.
Can I help you with any other questions?
So many.
It walks over to Corbin. Does a 19 hit you, Corbin?
Disadvantage, by the way.
That's right, disadvantage. 19 is still the disadvantage roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right, second attack with disadvantage. Well, a natural 1 misses you.
Yep, that is correct.
So it moves up to Corbin, but the ghosts, the interfering spirits, seem to keep it from being able to actively stab into Corbin with its claws the way it stabbed into Gwynfron.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it Corbin's turn.
All right.
Actually, technically Gwynfron's turn. Gwynfron, you're in this cell.
And we still have all our equipment and stuff,
You
right?
have all your equipment, but your magic is not currently active.
Oh, okay.
But you are in a physical cell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything specifically effective that I can think of to do without being able. Now, I don't have my magic. I assume my magical items are also not effective.
Yeah, you can't. Weaveborn is not currently active.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait then.
You want to analyze your situation at all?
Yes.
Have to make an Arcana
Look around,
check?
see if I can figure out where I'm at. 25.
So, looking around, you notice that the other bronzed elves are identical to the one that you saw previously.
Okay.
This seems to be a demiplane
Mm-hmm.
created by the creature. And now that you think about it, you've been in this room before. This is a demiplane constructed as if it was Galadir's tower,
Right.
corrupted by the oil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You've been in this room before. You know where this is at in Galadir's tower.
Okay. Harry, we're gonna have to try and get out of here.
All right.
My magic doesn't work, so it might be up to you to, just kind of fucking break down the door or something. I'll help if I can.
Right. Yes. Okay.
You're a rogue, Harry.
I'm a rogue who has never taken the time and stopped at a store
To pick
buy-
up thieves.
I mean, you know a rogue who has one. She's not there.
That's not helpful, now, is it?
No.
All right. So, Corbin,
All right.
your turn.
I'm going to back up one
Take an
step.
attack of opportunity.
Yep. Disadvantage.
Oh. But a 22 still hits you, I think.
Just.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, not an advantage.
17. 17 is a failure.
I'll use my last Indomitable.
Right, so
24.
24 is a success. All right, so you just take 17 points of piercing damage. As
Reduced by 13.
okay.
4
You
points.
take 4 points of piercing damage. As a spirit jumps in the way and gets its guts ripped out.
Ouch.
In replace of yours. You notice, Hope, that as the oil in this thing's claw touches your spirits,
Yeah.
actively rips it apart.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't just go through it like it normally.
Yep.
You feel as if one of your ancestors just died.
Again.
Yeah.
Killed one
again.
of my ancestors. You killed
So
my family again. Just second time.
I backed up there, and then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 bow shots at it. This time still at advantage, so 22, 27, and 29.
All 3 of those hit.
And if he's concentrating on a spell or
Why do you have
anything,
advantage?
he has disadvantage because I have Mage Slayer.
Why do you have advantage?
Vow of Enmity.
Ah, that's right.
So, bam.
No, he
Bam.
doesn't seem to.
Okay, so he takes. That's what, 39 points of damage, and then I'm going to action surge and shoot him 3 more times.
All right.
And these 3 shots, I know they won't do anything, are going to be pushing attacks. So,
Okay.
1,
Crits.
2,
Natural 20. 27 hits.
awesome. So that's for that. Plus a superiority die is 4. That plus 2 superiority die. And then that one plus a superiority die. So I have 1 left. So that's shit. 14, 18 plus.
So, just on that last arrow, as that last arrow hits into it, you strike into one of the purple eyes, and it doesn't melt into the oil, at least not immediately. It just sort of stands there for a second before the entire sort of brass form of this elf just melts into a puddle of oil. And as it does, Harry and Gwen, as you're contemplating how to get out of this cell,
Harry was literally just lifting up the axe to like smash the door.
you reappear next to each other.
Wah! And then I attack Corbin.
Hang on, you're not next to Corbin. You reappear just shy of the oil on the ground.
Bowstring smoking, I go. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Well, that was borderline terrifying and quite annoying at the ultimate. Is everyone all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatively. Are you
Put
guys
that down.
good? What was that about?
No, we got sent to the worst iteration of Galadier's Tower, period.
So he was there giving a lecture.
No, he was just wandering around not doing anything interesting, and there was no accessibility of magic. It was the worst iteration of Galadier's Tower.
Okay.
Gwen,
Yes, Harry.
if you get out of the shower clean, then how does your towel get dirty?
I have never found a satisfactory answer to that.
Because you have skin cells that come off. Is the oil?
Does Hope even know what skin cells are?
Yeah, this is
No.
not. This is not.
It's me. Because you're gross.
Jeremy understands how.
What was that, Hope? What was that, Hope?
Does the oil that's next to me, is that disappearing away too, or
Nope.
is it kind of?
It's still there.
Well, this mid-plane area, whatever dimension we're in, is still in peril, but it's in a little bit less peril now because that rift in the painting is.
Yeah,
is
the
that
rift.
gone?
That rift is gone.
That's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is just now a painting of what appears to be a blonde-haired elven woman wearing sort of pink, white, and gold attire.
Is there any like markings on the painting, like title, plaque, artist signature,
There
anything?
is. It's in that language that you can't read.
Yeah, we're popping up comprehend languages again just to see.
It says Princess Zelda of Hyrule.
Never heard of her. Weird.
Cleaned
So-
up HP oil spill.
I think when we end up back on the top of the tower It just sort of it goes down through us.
It what now? Are you talking about the hammer?
Yeah, the hammer. I'm just trying to figure out if we need to deal with this. I'm
But
looking down.
I think now that the rift is,
Hopefully
I-
it won't spread
idea.
too far.
well,
I think
it's an
Hope's
open
concern
portal.
is the proper one. Is this oil going to corrupt the Plane Shaper's hammer, and by extension, possibly the Plane Shaper themselves?
Yeah.
Well, now we can either not do anything and just live here until we all die and guarantee that it doesn't happen.
Everyone
while
take
we're
an oil
alive.
bath.
Do I have any idea if this is going to if that oil is going to
Let me shortcut that knowledge roll for you. No, because we've never seen this before.
Give me a religion.
Okay. I have
26.
advantage.
Winfron, you've got no idea how the Plane Shaper works.
Yep.
17.
Hope, you have no idea how the Plane Shaper works.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out one of those swords from the armory and toss it so it's halfway into the oil and halfway out. See if it's still active. If
The
it needed to be out.
oil eats the sword and crawls along it until
Okay.
spreading as
Yep.
it does.
Let's not spread that. Can we
We currently have no known way of dealing with this oil. The best thing that we can do is hope that the closing of the rift is enough and continue. Because if it's not, we have already lost.
I believe that potentially the next best step will be to find the beacon and see if it too is corrupted. If it is, then we know we have a much bigger problem. If it's not,
Yes.
then we at least have that out of the way. And then we can decide, do we
Yes.
trust that the Plane Shaper's power is strong enough to overcome this shit?
Mhm.
Or do we need to try and clean up this mess before?
Yep. It's good.
It's kind of weird to say, but an unwitting god blunders into its own demise.
Harry starts punching herself in the shoulder.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out if I'm weak or strong. Because it
Okay.
hurts, so I'm strong, but it hurts, so I'm weak.
Okay. Let's go
All
to
right,
the
well,
forest.
Take a
then.
walk with us while you do.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go to the forest.
Yep.
I think, unless there's another rift somewhere else, maybe it won't totally fuck over our.
If it was from anywhere else, I would say we are probably fine. The Plane Shaper is a divine being and of a power
Yeah.
exponentially strong enough to eliminate
Mhm.
any sort of corruption. But the fact of the matter is that this stuff can literally kill. And he pulls out a conscious entity that is probably crafted by a god or something like one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I wrong there, Weaveborn?
I don't know enough to say for sure one way or the other, but I also don't want to find out.
Exactly.
My question there is, do we have any known way whatsoever to remove the substance?
Extra dimensional soap and water?
I've
Do
got
you
soap.
have any of that?
No.
Super squeegee.
So if we don't have a way to deal with it, we've already lost, if that is the case.
Well, it's contained here.
To an extent, yes, it is
Wouldn't you
contained here. Because as you'll note, unless something interacts with it, it doesn't seem to really spread under its own power.
I have soap with just regular
That won't work.
This is true. You did.
Would you like to
Hmm.
try using soap?
I mean, will the soap get the oil clean or will the oil get the soap dirty?
I will shave. I will take my last remaining dagger and shave a couple flakes down into a spot on the edge.
Okay.
Sort of.
Are you just going to throw the soap in the oil, or are you going to do something to it, or what?
I'll take out some water.
Okay.
Hands, just sort of like,
Okay.
dump it on the oil where it is.
Okay, so you dump soapy water on the oil.
Yep.
The soapy water sort of like sits on top of the oil.
Yep. So the way that soap works is the molecules bind to the oil. Is this happening?
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh. It's just sitting on top, though.
It doesn't seem like the oil is interacting with it at all.
Hmm.
No, granted, normally the solution for oil is soap and or fire.
Neither of
We've
those
already
will work.
established that fire doesn't work, and
Yeah.
looking at that soap,
It's worth a shot.
no, it was absolutely worth a shot, and it would be almost hilariously appropriate if that was literally all that it took.
Do you do anything else to the soap?
Does anyone have a stick?
Gwyn casts Mage Hand and tries to use it to literally scrub the soap into the oil.
The oil seems to be sticking to the soap.
You've got to be shitting me.
I've
Are
been
we
carrying
about
this
to Super Mario Sunshine this
I'm so
oil?
excited.
I don't know which of your barbarian tribe heroes that is, but
That wasn't spoken out loud.
okay.
So, looking at it, so Gwen, Fron, you already knew that water was non-reactive to the oil.
Right, like
It
it would be
seems
if
like-
it was normal
yeah,
oil type.
It seems like the addition of the soap to the oil has made it not reactive, but also not repulsive.
Okay.
So, like, the addition of soap and water, the combination of soap and water appears to act sort of like a Velcro to the
Okay.
oil.
Yes.
So we can move the oil. We can't exactly remove it.
No,
Can't move it.
Velcro, because then it can't stick to anything else. And so if it gets spread, at
Yes,
least
so
it
you
will
can
react to things.
you can condense it.
Like Velcro, not exactly the same. as
Okay. All right. And
All
then
right,
we
all
can
right, all right, all right.
Banish it or something. There's
Let's
pockets
go now that we have this information. Let's go find the beacon.
That does give you
Okay.
a a targetable object that would be attached to, for reference to plane shift.
Right.
Dump it
Yes.
in the plane of water. That won't be a bad idea at all.
Yep. All right. Well, we at least have a little bit more
Dump it in the
information
elemental
than
plane of soap.
There is no elemental plane of soap. Soap is vanilla.
well, there should be if this stuff exists.
Soap is
Somebody make me an elemental.
There
I
already
need a word
is.
with the plane
There
shape.
already is. It's the Celestial Dawn plane.
God damn it.
That's good. All right. Okay, so find the beacon.
Yes, I think that's probably step 2 now that we know that
someone cast a demi-plane spell and make a demi-plane out of soap.
Can anyone duplicate my soap? Just sort of, can you clone soap so we have enough? I'm gonna start
Oh,
walking
we
now.
do know a guy that could do that. Boldrin. Pretty sure he can
Oh
fabricate
shit.
stuff.
Boldrin did have the creation spell. He could make soap.
Or you could see if
But-
there's more soap somewhere in this.
There might be.
I was gonna say that's Gwyn's next statement is I'm pretty sure whatever society at one point existed here was technologically advanced enough to have the concept of soap.
All right. First
beacon.
yes. Okay.
First
we're
the
doing
beacon.
that.
Going for the beacon.
So-
now.
I'm so excited it worked. Okay.
All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us.
Can we coat the plane shaper's hammer in soap while we're thinking about this for a while?
You usually just
Hey, Gwen?
they usually just swing it and
Yes, Harry.
If you cast non-detection on a beacon, can it detect itself?
Was the beacon capable of casting divination magic in the first place?
Yeah,
Then no, it wouldn't be able to.
So,
but if it wasn't able to, it could.
you exit the castle.
yes.
You head west through the forest, immediately west of the castle, and find yourselves in what appears to be some form of small town. There are several blue and red roofed buildings, a town square in the middle. Looks like at one point this was a fairly populous place. place, but it seems that the only thing left here are corpses filled with this strange oil, and then other corpses that are completely untouched by the oil, but seem to have been butchered by the demons prior.
Mm-hmm.
This is eerie. Okay.
This is it's quite unpleasant. Well,
Let's
Sinuses continue to clog.
keep looking for the beacon around.
Are you looking
Did
at all
we-
around any of the buildings? Or are you
yeah,
heading
Gwen's
north?
gonna do a cursory examination of any of the buildings, especially if any of
Same.
them look like they were stores or storehouses or places
Give me
there
an
might be
investigation
supplies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for weapon shops because we still need to outfit our
Yes.
or
23.
armors.
I'm spending a luck point because I have more of those.
Oops,
27.
but 11.
So this town does not seem to have a blacksmith, like a smithy or anything like that. It's fairly small. It doesn't seem like this is a major town. This is more like a small farming community. There is certainly a farm to the south, sort of on the southern border of the thing. There is a general store, which does have various sort of general store things in stock still. Yes, including soap.
Grab that shit.
You get like 5 bars of soap.
That's not going to be enough, but it's a start.
Yeah, no, there does not seem to be any sort of weapons.
Do they have tool sets in the general store?
Yes, they have tools.
Okay. I will grab a blacksmithing tool set.
Wait, they don't have a blacksmith,
No,
but they
sorry,
have blacksmithing tools.
They don't have a blacksmith. They have tools that could be used by a blacksmith, like hammers
Okay.
and nails and things like
I'll
that.
pick up.
They don't have an
blacksmith
anvil, but
Okay.
Yeah, I can buy one
Alright.
of those when
Like-
we get back.
blacksmithing tools are tongs, hammers, and files and things like that,
Yeah.
which
True.
can be used in other things.
Yeah, okay.
But they don't have.
But it's not like it's a nice little neat crate that says DIY blacksmithing on the outside.
No, you
Okay.
walk around going, oh, I take this, I'll take that, I'll take this.
Yeah, they don't have like a working forge and an anvil.
Right.
That brings up a good point. If there were no blacksmiths until the first one, where did the first anvil come from?
They used a rock.
3 rocks. 1 rock on either side of a larger rock with a fire underneath it.
But
The voice come back, Harry? You were talking to something. You were talking to something.
I mean, I'm going to assume that was hallucination.
Okay.
Also, I
As-
don't want to hear any more lightweight comments because these questions have brought to light some serious.
I'm wise.
issues.
Yes, you are. You are quite enlightened.
So you continue heading north from the village.
Yep.
Eventually,
That was God. This is apparently God drugs, and that was the stuff that we give kids to go to sleep in.
Yeah, but-
I know,
the
but that
Hope
didn't
never
make me
asked
ask
these
weird
types of
questions about.
about sand and if it's delineates.
no, it
the
just
line
made you
between-
attack people and think that Corbin wasn't Corbin.
Yeah. Like, this is
No,
a
that
much less
the
severe
God
reaction.
drugs didn't. The other one did.
Yeah.
Yes.
God
The other
drugs.
ones- the
Exactly
God
my
drugs-
point.
We're
God,
great.
God drugs affect everyone differently.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Just like
you,
religion.
you eventually make your way through this winding forest until you find
You broken Jeremy. Hang on.
a clearing.
Ah!
In this clearing, there is there's sort of a pedestal sort of built out of in the middle of this clearing with that sort of triple triangle, that sort of triad of triangles symbol in the middle of it. And sort of hovering in the air in the middle of this triad of triangles, there is the next piece of the beacon.
Is it silvery?
Yes, it is silvery,
Looks fine.
which is the same color as the rest of the beacon.
Okay. Okay. So it doesn't look like it's covered in that oil. It doesn't look like.
No, it does not look like it's covered in that
That
oil.
was my question.
Does it
Okay.
look like the oil's been near here at all? Is there any
No.
shimmery grass
It
or
does not
dead
look
bodies?
like there has been any oil near here.
I run up and grab it.
No,
Run up and
Okay.
grab it.
go.
Drink.
Harry, wait.
What?
Just wait a second.
What?
Okay.
What?
If we you don't
You
wanna
gave
wait.
you gave somebody with a wisdom of 3 and impulse control problems drugs, and then put them in front of
In front of
the
something
quest
shiny.
goal.
Uh-huh. Yep. No, I don't want to trigger the whole
Knock, 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 knock.
thing until we know that
Bunk, bunk,
situation
bunk,
is
bunk, bunk.
taken care of.
Shake. See if it rattles.
It does not
If
rattle.
we can wait.
Harry, is the beacon strong or weak?
I punch the beacon.
Your knuckles hurt.
Important
So the
question
beacon
in
is undoubtedly strong.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I can't consult the spirits again until I take a short rest to see if this is a good idea to start this now.
I sniff it.
Smells like a beacon.
What does this beacon smell like?
A beacon.
A beacon.
What?
Gwen sits. No, Gwen is not going to cast Contact Other Plane because nobody knows what this stuff is or where it comes from. God damn it.
We know that soap can move around and condense this material.
We don't
All
know
right.
We
enough.
can't
Here's
actually
my
disperse it or destroy
thought.
it
Here's
Okay.
my
or
thought.
neutralize it.
If soap is strong enough to handle aspects of this oil, I feel like a god's hammer is also strong enough.
I will point out that Gwynfrun would understand that strength has nothing to do with the complex
Okay.
interactions of materials.
Okay, all right.
You turn bat guano into fireballs. It doesn't mean you can kill somebody by throwing bat guano at them.
Okay. all
I
right.
mean, in the right spot, they might eventually die of an infection or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
are we?
Since soap works, do we want to try mundane fire because everything else has been regular or has been magical?
Magical. Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea either.
I have a tinderbox.
All
Yeah,
right, let's go
torches.
find some more of this shit and light it on regular fire.
Okay, keep the thing away from me because I have the rest
What
of
do-
it.
I still actually I have it. I took it from you to do the whole control weather thing.
Oh yeah,
for-
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So stay
Right.
stay back
Harry's-
away.
Give Hope some distance.
What does the beacon taste like?
Tastes like a beacon.
What does that mean? That means you don't know, so you're just using.
Actually, no. Specifically, when you taste or touch or smell it, you have no way of codifying what that taste or touch or smell is. But in your mind, you go, oh, so that's what a beacon tastes like. For whatever reason, you're not certain. Like, you have no context for that, but you know that that's the context. It's a really confusing piece of magical item.
Creation.
Yeah.
What's it taste like? Stuff.
Chicken.
Huh.
It's kind of like trying to describe to somebody what bubblegum tastes like. It tastes like bubblegum. It's
Sugar.
that. It tastes like beacon.
Go find the town again and then
Torch. Fire.
Interestingly,
yeah.
interestingly, you're also getting a hint of bacon, but you're not certain if that's the beacon.
Yes,
or
a bacon beacon.
You're not certain if that's the beacon or if that's the stuff you've been smoking.
you did eat a bunch of jerky before. Sort of
When was that?
when
you
we
were
got
hiding in
that
the
hut.
bushes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're hiding in the
like a
bushes
piece of-
outside the cottage.
You were snacking on jerky, waiting for a patrol that was dead.
Wow, that feels like weeks ago. Somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
probably the
over here.
drugs.
It's probably the drugs.
All right. So we go find more of the oil and we see what regular ass fire does to it.
All right. Who lights a tinderbox?
I do.
Right. Are you just trying to stick the oil in the tinderbox to light it up, or
No.
No, we light a torch and then toss a torch
Yeah.
into
Right.
it.
toss a torch into it? The oil, the fire continues to burn.
Mhm.
Not seem to infect the oil. The oil does
Okay.
eventually eat the torch,
Okay.
turning
That's
the
So it
right
torch,
does not
directly into the
ignite.
puddle,
turning the torch into metal, and then thus extinguishing the fire.
Fire. Yep.
Okay. So it
That
does
would have
not
been too
ignite.
easy.
It's just the soap.
All right. So soap being one thing,
Actually,
is there
Full-
any?
pause. Full disclosure. Put soap in that oil for a minute.
Just throw soap by
We've
itself.
got some extra. All right. Need some
I
soapy
will-
water in a bucket.
Some soapy water or just soap?
Soapy water.
Just soap. We need a catalyst. That's the water was. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just
So-
toss a
soapy
chunk
water.
of soap in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so clarification: are you throwing soapy water or soap?
No, just a chunk of soap, a piece of soap,
All right.
because that's what the question
You
was.
throw a chunk of soap in it. The
Yep.
soap is devoured by the oil.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Soapy water. Put some
Yep.
soapy water in there.
Yep.
Put soapy water in the oil.
Mm-hmm.
It attaches to.
Yep.
And then I break a twig off of a tree and put it into where the soapy water has been attaching to the oil.
In the soap or in the oil?
Yeah, like through the soap into the
Okay,
oil.
so you stick it into the soap.
And the oil doesn't bother it.
At least not visually.
I sort of stir the soapy water through the oil with the stick.
It sort of coalesces with the soap.
As I pull the stick out, it is still not transformed.
You can't pull the stick out. It's stuck into the soap. As you pick it up, the oil just sort of comes.
Yeah, okay. But it doesn't look like the oil is attempting to infect the stick through the soapy water or anything.
No.
It might actually neutralize it.
Or at least null. Yes.
Do you stick
All
it?
right.
Do you stick the stick into the oil that doesn't have soapy water on it? Like not through the soap?
I mean, it still has some soapy water residue on it at the moment, correct?
I mean, you'd have to reach down and touch the soap and pull it out to get it.
Yeah,
Don't
but
touch anything.
I'm just trying to.
I'm looking-
Basically, what Gashkar is testing is if the soapy water actually neutralizes the oil that it comes in contact with.
You guys sort of do some experimentation and throw some
Mhm.
stuff at it and don't. What you determine by experimenting with this patch of oil is that anything that touches the soap and the oil at the same time is fine. Even once the soap and water is on the oil, if you touch the oil by itself, it'll still eat it.
Okay. So we're going to need to.
You will need a greater volume of soap and water than you have
We
a
will
volume
need.
of oil.
We will need a. Yes, we will need a immense bucket of soapy water in which to pour all of the oil on this plane. Does that sound achievable to any of you?
No.
I mean, I have a bag of holding. You could put water in it.
That's not how that
Gwen
bag.
Shake it up.
Fron explains how bags of holding work for the third time.
Whole demiplane. If the magic breaks down, we're
Actually,
fucked. If anybody
I'm-
turns the bag
not-
inside out, we're
I'm not
fucked.
putting the bag anywhere near the oil. I'm using it to get an immense volume of water. You wanted a big bucket. A bag
You know
of
what?
holding is a big bucket.
Actually, I have a thing. I
Okay.
pull out several pots of paint, and I proceed to paint a massive hole in the ground.
You paint a massive hole in the ground.
There you go.
So we just have to fill
Well,
that up with
that's a
water.
good start. Let's paint a
What's the-
ceramic, a watertight lining to it.
Sure.
I'm sure nothing bad at all will happen of you embedding this oil into the crust of.
Or we just lower gas car right while they.
I basically intended to paint like a well, like sort of like the stone brick outlining of a well
Yeah.
in the ground.
You did.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it right now.
The marvelous pigments can paint. It's it occupies its maximum capacity of the entire magic item is 10,000 cubic feet. So
We still don't have a way to safely collect the oil
And
and
it
put it
take
into this
Oh.
container.
I'm waiting
It-
for Harry to get bored and just walk over to.
it takes 10 minutes to cover like 100 square feet. So I'd say like probably about a 50 square foot deep hole just for a starting test.
I mean, she's pretty high. She's at a docile stage at the moment.
Oh, this is
All
very
right.
helpful.
If
actually.
Gwyn, who is definitely more intelligent than me, can I make a roll to see if there's something he can think of that I'm just not?
Sure.
Or me?
We
Give
can
me
make
a-
a
give me a-
container for it.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Can I as well?
Sure.
I'm
An intelligence roll.
poor sight right now, so.
17.
Oh wait, it's intelligence.
Just
Sorry.
flat
Just
intelligence.
give me
see it.
intelligence.
This
Hey,
is
terrible.
Just an
16.
idea.
The two of you start thinking. You know, there's a moat around the castle.
Yeah.
That's a river that probably flows into a lake,
Mm-hmm.
and
Let's just do that.
the oil sinks below water.
We can just funnel it down.
I'm sorry, you're wanting to contaminate these people's water supply?
There's no one here.
That we can see.
There's the monk who lives under the graveyard.
He's in a bubble of not coming out.
Alternatively, Gwynfron,
You don't know anything about his orientation.
Alternatively, Gwynfron, you have been through this enough that you have not yet seen any evidence of these places becoming real. So
Yeah.
it might just vanish as soon as you're done.
That's where Harry's like, been thinking about this for a while. Are we sure that this is even something that's a big deal once we get out of this place?
Only if it affects the plane shaper.
But if it doesn't,
I mean, that would be a risk we were taking. If
how
it
do
doesn't,
we know that this isn't just part of the challenge?
Because it's a thing from another reality. Another, what, sphere
Aren't
or
we
whatever?
in another reality right now?
No, we're in
it's
another
a
plane.
sub another reality of this reality. Yeah, no.
But it is another reality.
Harry is stumbling across. Yes, there is. Yes, Harry, that is a possibility. It is very possible that the rest of us are just being super paranoid. And our lack of understanding is making us overly cautious.
So wise.
Yes, you are.
My notation is simply that if we can't deal with it, there is nothing that we can do.
That's yeah.
So unless you want to just use this massive hole to pour in an amalgam of soap and water and dump as much oil as possible into it,
But
the
will that
only
even
option
clean
we
it all up?
I don't even know. And if it does, whatever. If it doesn't, it will still have the same effect as if we just move forward.
Left it where it was. Yes. No, you're right.
There's a bare minimum we could do if there are still people here and we can't clean this up. And it's literally just that make signs, drive them into the ground next to these oil places and say, do not touch, will consume and kill you.
Use soap.
No, we don't give them any because then they'll be like, oh, what we're trying to do. We can get rid of it somehow.
Gwyn does illusory script on the ground here in this town, which seems like the sort of place that people would start their adventures in
do
this
it in that
world in
language?
general.
Can you do it in that language?
Yes.
Okay.
And just we've got the warning sign out. Fuck it, put the beacon back together. This is insane.
Let's do it away from this stuff too, back in the forest or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea. either.
Less chance of the hammer splashing into some.
Yeah.
Thing
I
that
like
might
that.
not be here. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
I love how complex you guys have made this process. It's great.
I was saying, like, I've been thinking for a while, like, this is
Yeah, no.
probably just part of the whole
Yeah.
challenge thing.
like the stage Gashkar has been at for the past little while is basically we can't remove this stuff. If it's going to do a thing, we have no way of stopping it from doing it.
All right.
All right, to the forest.
Go
Head
back
to the forest.
clearing. Yeah.
You put
Get
the
it together.
beacon together. Reality around you vanishes.
Yep.
You are on the rooftop of the tower,
I am looking around for any oil.
looking down at the reality spread out below you at the bottom of the tower.
Gwyn casts locate object on the oil.
The plane shaper. You can't see to cast magic right now.
Damn
it! The
Stay
plane,
puff oil, Marshmallow Man.
the plane shaper shifts, their attention being drawn to the tower once more as the beacon completes.
Hang on a minute.
You can all give
don't
me
think they're going
you
to
can all
listen
give
up.
me perception checks as
Okay.
their hammer swings down towards the tower.
Do I have advantage on this?
No.
Okay.
Perception.
I'm using luck. It's my last one of the day.
20.
Even worse.
You don't have to use the natural one.
I don't have to use it. No.
But do you want to?
No, because I want to
Just
be
to
here
see
when the
what
point-
would happen.
What if you got to see the hammer from the plane? shaper?
What if I was the plane
Do
changer?
it.
Oh god.
Do it.
Fuck
Do
it.
it.
I'll use the natural one. Why the fuck not?
All right. Gwynfron, your awareness shifts.
Okay.
Get to that next week. As the hammer slams down. Hope.
Yeah.
The hammer hits. And none of you see anything. But for whatever reason, your attention is drawn to the horizon as it expands. And there's just one small sight of something flying away from the tower that you just see on the horizon. Before you are all back inside the tower, that's where we end for this. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Eh.
Goodbye.